Okay, that seems like enough countdown for me. Welcome, everybody. Hang on, this is one too many plushies. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you, where you are. Happy Wednesday! Welcome back! Thanks for standing by and sticking with me. Some peculiar network errors, but what are you gonna do? Turned off and back on is about the extent of my troubleshooting knowledge, so thankfully it works every time. Kitty, you wanna come up here? Up. Hi. Hi, guys. Let me fire up WoW, and we'll have a little look-see and talk about where we're at today. Also, hi. It's been a couple of days. Oh, Moosey, you want to come say hi too? What you doing, Moosey Bear? Are you gonna be, well, completely off camera for one. Are you gonna be all up in the plushies today? Watch your head, kitty. Yeah, there you go. That's a good spot. Yeah, there you go. Hi. This is Big Boo Boo. And then this is Little Boo Boo. Dog of Miss Kira, of course. Oh, almost. Moosey, you could take the bed, you know. There's a nice moose-sized dog bed over there. Being up in the plushies sounds amazing. Yeah, he has noticed my reorganized shelf, and he also noticed the stash of excess, the surplus plushies that are. Oh, see you later. He's out of here. That are stashed behind Oh, I'm gonna need earphones, huh? I don't have any sound. You guys have sound. I don't have any sound. Yeah, he found the stash and he was like rooting around in there. So there's definitely a couple of crusty plushies. Kitty, I need to get my earphones, but I don't want to knock you off here. Let's be very careful. Beep 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 beep. Love the Alec plushie, might have to buy one. I like all of the Wonderworks Toy Shop themed ones, so like the Alec, and then they also have the Murloc and the Raptor, but I like these because they correspond to in-game models that you'll see in the pet and the toy shops. They also, I don't know if all of them do, and I'm not willing to find out right now, but they do have, I think at least the Alec has a squeaker in it, which I think does nothing but put it in danger in my house, but somebody might want that. And they stand pretty well too. Some plushies are a little too floppy to stand properly, but there we go. At least in the case of the Alec plushie, it actually corresponds directly to the Alec plushie pet. I definitely got this right. There we go. We gotta have to get headphones. Working on the Alec pet achievement, it's so long. I don't even remember what was required for that. That was a long time ago. Got reapproved for my dog foster program, so I'm heavy dog proofing mode again. Nice. Oh man, whatever you do, they're gonna find something that you'll have to do on the fly. If I know dogs, you will think of everything except for the one thing the doggy thinks of. Kill a bunch of pet trainers with the Alec in your team. Man, alright. Look how cute. Look how cute with the earmuffs. So here's what I'm thinking. I haven't logged into retail WoW in a while. Flabby is not available today, so I'm not going to play hardcore unless I absolutely, bust a brain circuit and decide to start another character to play on my own. Which I don't foresee myself having the life force to maintain. So, I want to log on to retail. I want to poke around for two reasons. Reason number one being to make gold, as it says on the title card there. I still need more gold for the Brutosaur goal, and it's gotten dramatically harder because the bottom's kind of fallen out of the market. People are kind of done raiding in Mythic Plus for the most part. A lot of people are playing Classic instead. Not so much demand for this stuff. Lots of supply from people trying to make gold, which means that, consumables should be cheaper than ever, but actually making them and selling them for a profit is not so hot at this particular moment. So that's one thing, is to try to make gold anyway, because there's nothing I can really do but keep going. There's not a whole lot of extra strategy there. You could make a whole thing about, oh man, I'm gonna farm old expansion stuff because that won't fluctuate as much. And that's a great idea that's too hard, try hard for me. So I'm just gonna keep banging my head against the wall until either the wall or my head turns into jelly. And the second reason to be poking around on retail is to fill up The trading post bar. I already bought the earmuffs. I don't know what else I'm going to get, but I know that if I fill up the bar, I'm going to get the purple Snugglefin romper onesie, which is going to be necessary and important for my well-being. So we'll work on that. There's probably profession weeklies and stuff. Like I said, I haven't really touched this in a while, so I'm sure I have weekly quests. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure we have some game sound, and I'm just going to, like, noodle for a while. Seems reasonable. Seems good. See if we can remember what's going on with any of this. I was only ever, like, marginally caught up with, what was going on with my professions to begin with, and I'm even more out of touch now, so this'll be good. You know, we'll figure something out. Oh, we also had secrets that we had begun, and I have not started the Fell Cycle section yet. I don't know if today is that day. Eventually we should do a day for that, but I don't know if today is going to be the day. Well, let's pick up these. Let's also look. It looks like Darkmoon Faire is still up, so we can do Darkmoon Faire profession quests as well. And it's probably worth taking a look at those before I forget, because I'm very good at forgetting to do this. Nammy Whammy, thank you for the 53-month resub. Happy Random Wednesday, Hazel. This anniversary always shows up on Wednesday. I like Wednesdays. Wednesdays are the Hazel Monday, but without like the Monday scares, because it's always lots of fun. I probably have tons of catch-up knowledge in my work orders because I have not been keeping up with my knowledge in general. Like I probably didn't even disenchant enough stuff to get my knowledge, so I'm sure there's going to be some extra available from like this kind of thing. Also, my concentration is full as well. Really? No catch-up knowledge? Alright. Forgot to check trading post. Hardcore Warrior. You know, I actually thought about it, because I thought if I was going to play hardcore by myself for just one day, you know what would be really fun? Is to play something where I am almost guaranteed to eat it within like a day, right? Like what do I have 3 hours or less of life expectancy on? And the answer to that is Warrior. We'll do this one. We're gonna do Null Lotus and some Spores and some Orbitid. Ujai with a 52-month resub. So many months. Verifiably true. Also, Low Eyes with a 6-month resub. Happy half a year. Gathering seems to be best. I'm almost regretting that thing where I found out how much gold per hour I was making, because now I know how much gold per hour I will be making in comparison to what we were doing like a month ago. And I don't know if that's math that I want to be doing. Still haven't solved it. They've been working this portion for a week or more. Ho ho. What is this game? We could take bets as to what level you get to. For, that would actually be kind of fun. That sounds more fun than this. Let me at least get through my dailies and stuff, and then maybe we'll think about it, because, I don't know if I have the stamina to do what would probably turn out to be 2 hours of crafting. I would say 3, but it's going to take me at least an hour to get through all this stuff. Plus, if I want to be doing the trading post, it's probably worth it for me to... Oh, I should have gotten enough stuff to do this again. Probably worth it for me to, whatchamacallit, poke around and do a couple of other objectives as well. Like the pet battles might be good. Let's just do this properly. We're gonna get another 2 of these. My current gold count, 1.1 mil. Needing somewhere in the neighborhood of 1.5 or 1.6. I'm slowly warming up to the idea of making up the difference with money. Doing like a discounted Brutosaur instead of a free Brutosaur. I don't know. We'll see. That's a dangerous thought process to start down, though, because at a certain point it's like, well, then do I really need to make gold? And it's like, well, no, you don't need to do anything. We never need to do anything. You gotta... at some point you gotta have the interior mojo. Make another one of these. Look at that subflex. Enchanting doesn't have catch-up through crafting, only through disenchanting. That's good to know, and that makes a lot of sense. That fills in a gap in my life experience. Can I make this one? What do you mean I'll be providing it? I need a writing sample. Oh, I want to get the enchanting catch-up, buy the Darkmoon deck cards. Sheep doesn't sound as good as free. There's a rhyme there where sheep sounds an awful lot like me. Cause I'm cheap. Knowledge, knowledge, knowledge. Do I know what? Oh yeah, I was working on filling out the potion crafting. It's gonna make more sense. It's gonna be better next season. And we're gonna be using the same consumables next season, so there's an argument to be made for just buying up current consumables while they're cheap. If I really wanted to make gold and I wasn't worried about when I was gonna make the gold, I could just buy up like 1,000,000 gold's worth of like, I don't know, tempered potions and alchemical chaos files, and just relist them when the new season comes out, whenever that is. And, you know, bada bing, bada boom, Bob's your uncle.
How may I aid?
Bob really is my uncle. I have a variety of Uncle Bobs. It's kind of a weird thing in my family. There was like a group of sisters and they had just all married Bobs of varying Bobness. There we go. Getting even more. It's over here. And let us go to the Darkmoon Fair. Let us rejoice over there. Did you get the Crown of the Violet Rose? Got it yesterday, not in the US. I have not. I saw that I would need to use a VPN, and that was apparently more effort than I was willing to put in. But I do often stream just privately on Discord to like my friends, so I could see a world in which it works. What am I doing? I'm going to the Darkmoon Fair. How am I getting there? I'm going to Stormwood first. Be sure to get your weekly done and the 2 treasures. Listen, I don't make the rules. Anytime anyone tells me be sure to do this, I'm immediately like, why? I don't want to. Now that you've mentioned it, I don't think I will, even when it's like perfectly good advice. Long-time YouTube fan, glad to catch you live. Hello, Roxana. Get a free trial from any VPN. But what if I don't want to use a VPN? What if it's okay? What if I'm sick of all of these promotions? I am so not excited about them. They make me feel vaguely queasy. It's all right. I'm not saying it's a bad idea. It's a great idea if you want to collect that stuff. I almost don't want to collect it on principle of like these things feel stinky to me. They're sticky and stinky and they're ruining my fun. And I'm sick of them. If you don't do the weekly, you cannot get catch-up enchanting knowledge. Again, I don't make the rules. Well, maybe my knowledge is behind. You know, it's gonna be behind. I'm reaching that point in the season where I'm just not catching up. Like, I'm not staying caught up every week. And I think I'll still do well enough to have a nice time. Darkmoon Fair. What do I need to do before I come here? What do I need to do? I need to pick up, for my alchemy specifically,
I supply only the finest.
from... not this guy. Not this guy. There is a guy, though. I think it's like moonberry juice. But not than this guy. From maybe in the inn. That's the thing. Yeah, it's moonberry juice. That's right. Because I always end up forgetting, and then I have to pull out my Brutosaur and buy it on the auction house. Which costs a tiny bit more gold. Oh, there we go. 5 should do it.
See you around.
Kitty cat, you left me! See you later. Simple flour. I'm not gonna do with the cooking one. I have my cooking. There is no cooking knowledge, so I have my cooking skill all set up. I used to do the breaded frogs thing every week, though. Miss Kira, come back. Oh, bye. Myself. I wonder if Moose will come hang out in here later. Maybe. Probably not. Probably not. Oh, he's been up for a long time. He was up very early this morning because we were up like for a while very early. And then I got up early to go to yogas, and Moose I think has been like awake ever since, and that's apparently really cutting into his snooze time. So he looked very tired when I came out to stream today. So hopefully he's just pooled up on the couch, living to the maximum. Over here. Alchemy.
I'm listening.
Fizzy fusion.
Good luck.
You give me the fizzy. No, not you. You give me the fizzy fusion. Pardon. Not the classic one. The regular one. This, the fact that they have a classic with the flavor text, because let's face it, new fizzy fair drink was awful. Just, it always messes me up whenever I'm trying to do the moonberry fizz. I like this music. Oh, it feels weird to be back at the desk. There we go. I wonder what I need to do to get the air really nice in here. I like open the window to air it out in here for a while. I'm running an air purifier. I cleaned the cat litter box. I don't know how much else I can do, but I feel like I'm getting congested just hanging out in here. How was the weekend? Were there more crabs? I have so many crabs that I feel like I'm leaving the crabs in the sea for the time being. I wanted to go Christmas shopping, and then I did a little bit of Christmas shopping online, and then did not go Christmas shopping in person. What else? What else did I do? I feel like I did stuff, but I also, like, didn't go hiking or anything. I did some chores. That's exciting. I got some groceries. That was, you know, that was something. I drove the car, got some groceries. I did at least one early yoga morning on a day off. That's always good. Although it's only early, you know, early's contextual. What's early for me would be sleeping into somebody else who gets up much earlier. Over here. Good call on those earmuffs. Transmog is so cute. Thank you. The earmuffs are so chunky. I think they're adorable. I love them a lot, but they just make me think of ear protection that you would wear in a helicopter. and then it's just becomes inksy as, I don't know, Arnold Schwarzenegger in a chopper, and then it's just it self devolves from there. 3. Wonder if there's any local Christmas markets. Oh, there's tons of them. They're advertised everywhere, and I keep going, oh, that would be cute, and then I would be like, but there'll be other people there, and then I go, no, and then I like run away. It's usually the thought process of like, oh, cute market. It might be busy. Everybody knows that busyness results in certain death, and then I just don't go. But I made a list of what I'm shopping for the remaining Christmas gifts that I need to pick up, and I'm pretty sure I know where I need to go. I just need to like get myself back into town during business hours. I go into town all the time, but I always do it like either like before everything opens or after everything closes, so it's not useful for actually like shopping. But it's Christmas time, and I need to make sure I have all my gifts ready so that I can be excited about Christmas and not like, oh geez, I still got stuff to prepare. Because I got all decorated. We picked out like a couple more ornaments for the tree. I feel like I want to do that every year, but eventually my tree's going to be full, so maybe I should calm down. My tree has a lot of ornaments from like 95 through 99. Because I have some of the ones from my childhood tree that my mom gave me, and then it has tree ornaments from like 2021 through now. Don't know about you, but I love wrapping presents. I enjoy the vibe of wrapping presents. I usually put on music and I shut myself in my office and I like have my little tape and my paper and sometimes ribbon, but I've been cheap this year and I haven't bothered with ribbon. But I'm not very good at wrapping presents. I'm better than I used to be because now I try. I had a little bit of a weaponized incompetence about it as a kid. I don't know. Where I said I wasn't good at it, and that was true, and I refused to put any effort in whatsoever, so everything was just like a beach ball crumpled in paper wrapped up with tape because that was the only thing I would do. And now I put a little more effort in, and it gets a little closer, but... Also, it doesn't help that I haven't been wrapping any boxes. I can do a box reasonably nice. Anything that's in something with stiff sides goes okay, but I've been wrapping clothes. And those are not going to be in completely, perfectly sided packages. Whatever shall I do? I shall put enchanting points into tertiary trivialities. Very fun to say. More alchemy points into bulk production. Nearly there on that one. And then, we have more quests to do, but that's at least good for the Darkmoon Fair. I could pick up a rep buff, but like for what, you know? I guess I'm here. Hazel, is it worth going back to WoW now? If you would like to play WoW and you have the time for it, certainly. Worth it is always a personal assessment, which I know is annoying to hear from a streamer because you just want me to hear me say yes or no. Most people already kind of subconsciously know what they want to hear. So the trick is trying to guess what answer is somebody looking for. If they're in a WoW stream, they're probably trying to talk themselves into going back to WoW. When they're trying to talk themselves out of going back to WoW, that's when they're like in their, I don't know, support group meetings and like at the gym or something like that. Those people will tell you not to play. Streamers will tell you to play. But yeah, always a personal assessment. read me like a book. I already made up my mind. It's not like you have to commit to it for the rest of your life. So if you feel like playing, then play for a bit. Am I Scrooge? I hate using wrapping paper. Prefer putting things in paper gift bags. At least those are reusable. No, I don't think that's Scrooge. I like to watch a tutorial video before I wrap stuff because I feel like I do better when I do. Have to watch a video every year. Not necessarily good, but it's still fun. I just like all the different shiny little bits and bobs, you know. I like curling ribbon, even though I haven't done that this year. It feels like with babies and puppies around, it's just kind of a accident waiting to happen. And I hung up my stocking, and I've taken up work again on the Christmas stocking that I'm cross-stitching. It won't be ready for this year. It'll be like 3 years after I bought the kit before I make it at minimum. But I am getting more done mostly every day. I think I've worked on it for the last 3 days running, at least a little bit. If I had known when I bought it that it would be like that many years, I might have just bought a nicer stocking that was already made. But like, it'll be really nice one day. And to be honest, I'm making it for my partner. And every year that like I haven't finished it yet is another year that I'm like, well, we're still together, so that's good. Not that it's like a struggle, but you know, I'm hoping to make him a stocking that he can use for the rest of his life and like our life together. So every year that it's still not too late to give it to him is a good sign. I'm gonna buy some storm dust. Something to be grateful for. On the carousel and WoW. Also watching Hazel on the carousel, and they are insane. I need storm dust. What kind? Copper storm dust? Copper storm dust. 20 of these. Best part about gift bags is when someone gives you one and you give it back to them the next year. They tend to rotate around in my family. They often have people's names in them that are not the names of anybody you've ever heard of because they've been through so many different people. And that's why you never, I mean, unless you want to, but like, I never actually like write anybody's name on the bag because I know it's probably just going to go back in the ecosystem, but every now and then it'll be like, it'll have a thing and it's like, for Lauren, and I'm like, who's Lauren? What did she get? I'll never know. The Duke Nukem Forever of crafting projects done when it's done. Do you want to see it? Do you want to see where I'm at? And you know what? Even if you don't, I'm going to show you. Haha! I feel like I haven't shown this since like last year at least. So, and I can show you because I haven't put the name on it yet. But it's like a Christmas owls thing. So there's going to be ultimately 3 owls on it, and then like banding across the top, and then a name up here. So this owl is pretty much done. He's a hooty hoo. His sign is going to have words on it. On the pattern, the words are supposed to be nighty night, which is delightfully sinister. I love that. So we're going to do that. And then this is the hat, or the beginning of the hat, for the next one that I'm working on. And then it'll have like a bunch of snowflakes and stuff. So it's coming along. We are maybe, I don't know, 29%, 30% of the way there. Actually, yeah, call it 30, because we're a little under a third, but we're definitely over a quarter. So he's real cute. There's also gonna be like outline stitching on it. But this is my first cross-stitch project, which was a massive mistake. Don't pick something this big for your first project. That's dumb. But it's coming along. It's just like the data entry of sewing. I just have to make time to sit down and work on it for a while, and not like count, which is harder than it should be. Okay, we can put that. Just so that Lucy doesn't take it for now. Owl's fantastic, like the 16-bit style that this crafting method has. Yeah, it's kind of fun. Turned out really good. Mine has, I have a cross-stitch one just like that my grandmother made me when I was like a baby. And I love it very much, and it's been a very important part of Christmas, so I wanted my partner to have a nice one too. What am I doing? I was going back. We can just hark back to Dornigal. Even if we're going to be crafting, we can do it on or gathering. We're doing that in a different character anyway. Give presents for St. Nicholas too. Have to polish the old boots. Hard kind, no patterns. Yeah, it's counted, which some parts of it I feel like I lose count and then I'm like, oops, and then I'm improvising. But so far they've all been on things like branches or snowflake placement that you could artistically rearrange if you need to. So I just have to keep track of the places where I've messed up and the adjustments that I've made for anything else that I'm counting based off of that position. It's only a couple of spots, but you know. Oops. How in the world do you get that Hearthstone? That's the Ethereal Portal. They gave it away for like a Twitch Prime or a Twitch Drop or something like that. And I believe it was originally a TCG item, if I had to guess. Which is probably not the answer that you want to hear, but I love it because it's so cool. And because whenever I use it and Flabby's has my stream open, he thinks that his computer fans are... Oh no, it wasn't Flabby, it was somebody in chat said that they thought their computer was like fracturing because of the sound that it makes. Partner not have a stocking at all? So I bought just a generic stocking just in the meantime, so because obviously we gotta fill it with presents somehow. So he just has like a cheap generic one for the time being, and he says that he likes that, but I want him to have a special one. Must have missed that Twitch promo. Hopefully it comes back. Enchanting knowledge. Okay. Well, I think we're doing better knowledge-wise anyway. We would still need treasures and stuff, but let's make a couple of things. Let's at the very least use our... At the very least, we're going to use our concentration. We can do a little fresh scan over here. At some point, I'm going to need to scoop the cat. But alas, we must wait. I have another project to show you too, but I need to pace myself. I can't do all my show and tell at the beginning of the stream, otherwise I'm not gonna have anything else to talk about for the rest of the stream. Enchanting was. Should I actually do the scan this time? Let's be good. Let's do the recipe scan. Enchanting. We always find something. I wanted to play hardcore today, but it's good that I'm not because these things are bait. What about Leeching Fangs? Does anybody use that? It's good that I'm not playing hardcore because... Oh wow, concentration values really tanked. Burrowing Rapidity. I never sell those. It seems like a good... Leeching Fangs. Somebody might want that. And then 286. Yeah, I'll make like 2 of those. That's fine. Because otherwise, I was probably never gonna log on to do the to do my profession knowledge. And also, I know this is good for me because I know this is gonna help me with my trading post points to some extent for doing orders and quests and just like random stuff. And then also we can maybe do the pet battle thing. I should do the enchanting orders just to do crafting orders, really. Still the warlock from... Oh, I started a new warlock for the anniversary server. So I'm playing an undead warlock called Earbugs now. Different from the gnome warlock that I had last time that there was hardcore. So we're gonna do this, this. But I have not started any new characters beyond that. I was kind of toying with the idea for today. I might. We'll see. I might not. Who's to say? Mythic Plus engagements dropped off hard. Showing here. Yeah, if I wasn't in such a hurry for the gold, then I wouldn't worry about just trying to sell the stuff right away, because the demand for it will pick back up again, but, you know, sometimes you need gold now. There we go. And we're gonna find... Oh yeah, I wanted to do some of this, but I need to scoop the cat box real quick. 1 sec. Okie dokie. Thank you for your patience. Much better. Keep leaving the game for weeks on end. keep trying to sell old transmog. Transmog sellings are really tough business. I don't have the patience for it. Because even if you're playing all the time, you have to relist it almost every day, if not multiple times a day. And then it takes like months sometimes for somebody to buy it. I just don't have the patience. Okay, so that did a good number on my did a good number on my whatchamacallit, my concentration. I don't know if I'm gonna find anything that's worth crafting without concentration. So I think we're pretty much good there. What about alchemy? As a tank, I really did not like this season, which is a shame because I liked Dawnbreaker a lot. A lot of people felt that way. I definitely found it challenging. From a healing... As a Shadow Priest, it was really fun. As a Holy Priest, I found it pretty challenging. Oh, I never made this. I was gonna make this. Also, I wanted to do a bunch of crafting orders for trading post credit too. Were we making this one? I think so. Greed shows in the numbers. I liked it ultimately because I felt that it made me grow as a player. Of course, I've shrunken since then because I haven't been keeping in practice, but I liked it because I did feel like eventually we got the game knowledge and sense and like dungeon knowledge to overcome that challenge. At least at the level that I wanted, which was 10s with the exception of this thing. Never did time of 10 City of Threads. But not everybody wants to stretch that hard. It's kind of brutal. There we go. And then that should be cheap and easy. Hopefully Blizz takes that as feedback for next season. They'll do what they're gonna do. Tempered Mastery? Tempered Versatility? Probably not worth it, especially when the enchanting ones are so cheap and easy. Mog selling does best in RP servers. Had a hard time on Lightbringer for it. Yeah, there's some Mog sellers on Lightbringer. Not naming any names, but there's some people selling Mog on Lightbringer that are very committed and that have deep inventories. I'll shatter one of these, and then let's just get 4 spores and like leyline residue, just so we can make all of them. Got a 10 City of Threads last night finally. Timed all 10s my DPS character. Time to work on healer. I wanted a leyline residue. 10. And I wanted I forget. What are these? Viridescent spores, but some of them have enough. I'm mainly doing this just for trading post credit. Well, you know, sometimes you get something good in the payout that makes it worth it, especially if they're cheap to fulfill in the first place. Oh yeah, I need to pick that up. Does their name rhyme with Wabby? Actually, I would be surprised if Flabby's been keeping up with his auctions just because he's been playing a lot of Classic. Need to redesign some key aspects that make the experience stressful and unpleasant, like key depletion.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
I forgot what I wanted. I think I wanted a couple of iridescent spores. I think I had a few. You always need more of these. Let's just get 5. And then we still need to spend our alchemy concentration as well. And maybe see if there's anything we can batch craft. It's possible. Could happen. Stranger things have happened. Love when they provide all the reagents and give you something like an augment room. Providing all the reagents. Couldn't be my work orders. I'm just not vigilant enough. I don't check them often enough. About 2 months ago, made $1 million by fishing at the Darkmoon Fair. Oh yeah, Fire Waters. Hope people who got the genuine one don't hate us noobs. Oh, I think that's a wonderful accomplishment. I think it would be ridiculous to be upset at somebody for amount that they earned. And I think that anybody that is upset is not an opinion that needs to worry you. That's a them problem. We wish them all the best luck with working through whatever that's all about. My goodness, I want... Oh, hi, I want my kitty cat back. You wanna come up? Up. Alright, how am I doing about this? I need one more. Alright, we can find one more thing to craft over here. Sometimes I send myself work orders, but I have enough of them here that I feel like I can get away without doing that. Tempered mastery, that should be fine. Just get some Aerithor Spear and some Blessing Blossom.
Have
How you
anything
doing, kitty?
ancient
You
to
look
trade.
grumpy.
Needs to be at least
You
2
feeling okay?
centuries old.
I feel like I must have done other things on my weekend. I had a lot of big thoughts. That doesn't count for very much. Dislike Blizzard's decision to put the mount in the game, but don't judge or think badly of players who decide to get it. OG Bruto owner, don't care. Glad they brought a new one out. Bought the new one also. Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm gonna be, is I have this one. I would still like the new one for the mailbox. I think if it didn't have a mailbox on it, I would have been able to go, never mind, but they made it better than mine, so here we are, farming gold. Hi, kitty cat. And you know what? There's worse things that I could be doing. There's always worse things you could be doing. Nice, there we go. Fulfill crafting orders. That gives me a little bit of progress there. Lovely. I don't need to worry about doing my weeklies for... Usually just make Harmonious Horticulture. That's probably a good idea, huh? I don't really need to worry about weeklies for, yeah, that's probably good enough. Maybe we'll plan for, like, 3 of these? I used to do my weeklies for the anniversary tokens, but I'm pretty sure especially because of the secret finding thing, I have basically everything. Or I will get it if I get the rest of the celebration crates. Let's copy that. Lure drops. Where it is. Blessing blossoms. Nope, not that many. What's your gold at? 1.1 million. Actually, an almost quite satisfying 1,111,000. Tempted to send some mail to get it down to 111. QP Ranger 2, thank you very much for the 28-month resub. Welcome back, welcome back. There are 20 things that popped into my head when you said there are worse things I could be doing, and I don't want to post any of those thoughts here. Oh yeah, that's right. I was gonna make 3 Harmonious Horticulture with concentration. Because that's nice and easy, and it always sells. Can't be too mad at that. So there's 1. Ooh, a multi-craft. That's lucky. 2. 3. There, perfect. We spent our concentration so that we can have that regenerate. Grow back like a mushroom on a log. Sell this one. That one. These ones. Cool. I probably have a bunch of junk in these bags that I might want to sell. Sound true? Yeah. Augment runes, not for me. I'm not in the business. Someone did a projection based on data for Azeroth numbers. New Bruto brought in north of $50 million. Yeah. I'd say, can we blame them? But we can. But it's, you know, it's easy to understand when they can basically do something like that and print money, like actual money. It's easy to understand how it ends up going in. It's real hard to stick to principles about what is and isn't against the ethos or the spirit of the game and what's best for your consumer when you can print like $50 million. Where is drop that thing for ears? Now that's a puzzle. I'm gonna need more clues. How much golden WoW tokens will you need? Another 500,000 or so. How have you been able to make so much gold? Oh, I'm flattered that you think it's a lot. Alchemy, enchanting, gathering, fishing. Mix of all of the above. Basically just doing kind of what I'm doing now. So we sold those. I wanted to see... Those are pretty close. That might be worth it with spillover. Same thing with mastery. Although sometimes what I do is I do this and then I end up getting and then I buy my mats and it's like, nah, you're gonna be losing gold. But we can maybe make some tempered mastery and some alchemical chaos and maybe some tempered versatility too. So we're gonna have spillover. Oh yeah, I've got 1 stack of spillover already. What about potions? I'm not quite finished with... Ooh, actually. Don't mind if I do. I'm not fully spec'd into them though. I'm not going to get proper spillover. I'm going to get some spillover. What do they call it now? Reagent optimization? They keep renaming stuff. There we go. Maximum quality top profit. So they want for this for me to make it at silver, and they want me to make it with copper everything except for mica blend. That makes sense. Cubian, thank you for the 17-month resub. Appreciate it very much. Think they should have updated the original Brutosaur with the mailbox too. Imagine if they sold it to us. Listen, add one on for an extra $35. Oof. Am I making these? I don't know. I'll think about it. What about this? It's really hard to spend 500 gold to make 83 silver. It'll be better with spillover, mind you. Let's try these ones. These ones are the most profitable. Let's just do 100 batch. We're not even going to think about it too much. You know, math is boring, surprises are fun, etc., etc. Something that I found to be not at all true when I've been playing the new Hearthstone Battlegrounds patch. Math is boring, and surprises are often the end of me. 200 of these, make it like 198. And then, yeah, it's fine. I was just gonna do these with silver mats. I didn't actually remember to look at what I should do optimization-wise.
If you find anything exotic,
Do you have thoughts on the patch? I mean, I'm awful at it so far, which is completely normal, but still manages to take me for an emotional roller coaster every time. I'm like horrific, because obviously I don't know what's going on, and I'm just trying to figure it out on the fly, and it's going badly. I like the new cards and stuff. I like just having a shake-up to the meta in Hearthstone Battlegrounds. It'll be interesting having kind of like a vanilla patch that doesn't have trinkets or buddies or quests or whatnot, outside of obviously the heroes that give you those things. It'll be interesting because it kind of means that you have to come up with your direction by yourself. You can't just let your trinket give you a direction. And so far my direction has been try to force beetles and fail. It's not working so good. Quillbore overpowered? I heard they're going to be rolling out the minion types in waves, so the meta's probably going to change in the first couple of weeks as they continue rolling stuff out. Have you done any of the secrets? Only done the first few days, and I'm dreading having to grind it out soon. I did like all the standard secrets. I still have more celebration crates to get, but I don't even know if I'm going to finish getting them. I got all the standard secrets. I have not started the Fell Cycle secrets yet. As far as I understand, they haven't even been fully discovered yet. But they will be. And when they do, I mean, there's nothing wrong with starting it early, but... Make an okay gold buying Warden Owls for 400 gold from the vendor. Selling for 10k plus. Nice. Jeff, welcome back. Thank you. Or 35 stream streak. I was like trying to figure out your message. 35 streams in a row would be a lot some places, but you have viewers over 50. I genuinely don't know what you're trying to say. It's like, when you say viewers over 50, do you mean the age of 50 or the quantity of 50? And if you mean over the age of 50, is that implying that as people get older, they get like more reliable about their routine? That might be true. I don't understand. I do have the detective title, so that's good. We're set on that front. Working the 9th torch. Yeah, I probably have the pets. I might be missing something easy. 50 streams in a row. Oh, okay. That was not the direction I was thinking. Yeah, that's true. I still think it's a lot. I know I show up for all of them, but that's just because that's kind of how it works, but it sounds like a lot to me. I tied this sweater on my waist and I was feeling all cute, but now it's just like sticking in my lower back. That's good. Can't have that. What? The meat suit's a little crunchy. Oh, I went into yoga this morning and I felt like I was working so hard and accomplishing nothing. And I know that's not what's actually happening, and I'm sure everybody feels like that. But, I felt like everything felt so difficult, but also like I wasn't moving. You know, you push on the ground with all your might and then your feet just don't come up. It's just not happening. Off days never fun. It wasn't even that bad. I started reading a book about pranayama, which are like yogic breathing exercises and principles, because I know it's important and I wanted to know a little bit more because they haven't really gotten to talking about that too much at the yoga school yet. And I just kind of wanted to skip ahead and see what it was all about. And I'm reading it and I'm learning some interesting things that kind of correspond with some other studies that I've read about breathing exercises and breathing through your nose versus your mouth. And there's lots of interesting stuff there. There's a good book called Breath, or Breathe, I suppose. That's, I guess it would be breath. You need an E for breathe. Anyway, I started reading it. And one of the things it was talking about was how beneficial the nose breathing is and how important that is for yogic breathing. And it was talking about like the mystic principles that kind of go along with that, and about bringing in life force or vitality or prana from the air. And storing it and holding it and using it in your body, which is kind of a cool visual. First of all, my thought was, well, what makes me think I'm entitled to all of this air? Look at me just huffing all of this air that I didn't earn. I haven't paid for it. Don't I need to plant some trees or something? Like, I don't know where that thought's coming from, but it kept talking about how you can gain this force from like proper breathing, and I'm like, but what if somebody else needs the air? Anyway, that was thought number one. And then thought number two was something to do with congestion, because you're trying to draw this through your nose and through your sinuses. And modern humans in the last 100 years have gotten a lot worse at breathing. There's some interesting research that indicates that it's because since we started cooking and processing our food, our faces and our mouths have actually changed, even like quite recently, in shape in a way that makes it harder to breathe correctly. Anyway, I was trying to flush out my sinuses a little bit, and they talked about this thing that you can do where you basically like snort up some water, kind of like a budget neti pot without an actual neti pot, and then like run it through your nasal cavity and then like down into your mouth and spit it out to kind of like help flush it out. And I was gonna try that because sometimes I think the reason I get dizzy when I'm doing yoga in the morning is because I'm not getting enough air, because I'm congested or whatever. So I started doing that, and then I was like, wait, what if I drown? And then I was like sputtering in the shower because I was just trying to do it in the shower. And then it actually did help a lot, but I was pretty sure I was waterboarding myself the whole time. I don't think I did it right. I wanted to make some other flasks too while I had this buff. I wanted to look into... No, those are still not really worth it. The Tempered Mastery might be though. Let's make some haste flasks as well. Let's just do like a batch of these as well. We'll be fine. Tempered Swiftness. We'll track that. No. Tempered Swiftness. Pardon me. Track that. And then search it up. And then we'll get like 99 of these. But then it made me think about the air that I'm breathing in my office, why I have such a hard time having energy in here. And then I was like, well, it's a small room with a closed window. And a litter box. Maybe there's something going on here. I want, I don't know, like 200, 190. Wow, that's pretty expensive. And then I want more of these guys. And then another 1,200 of these. This is all kind of inadvisable, but you know what are you gonna do? Somebody's gotta make flasks.
If you find anything exotic,
DMF is up so people can bother you, but the rep experience buff all week. Not if I'm in hardcore. I actually went and got my profession knowledge this morning. It was very unlike me. I'm quite proud of myself. Look at me go. All organized-ish. See, I thought that was going to be better than what it was. I think it's because I bought stuff that was too expensive. Am I just going to stick with it? What if it's just because the price now is more expensive than what I bought them at? I don't know. That number do be going down. Do we really want to make all of these to lose 10 gold per craft? Getting sick, so I'm skipping the gym for now. Trying not to feel too guilty about it, which is hard. Somehow think we have enough air. Not be worried about it quite yet. Just seen the $90 amount. Will the amount that has an NPC that teleports you to any expansion hub be next? For $500. Squeeze things. Yeah, I could just get an Eddy pot. That's true. I'm probably going down that route because they're probably not that expensive. And assuming that you keep it clean, it's probably not a bad idea to have, especially if you can learn how to use it. I have been breathing very good today. So I'm born with a deviated septum, lack of proper airflow, 100% going to make you more tired. I feel very lucky that my nose works really well. When I was younger, I used to want a rhinoplasty because I thought my nose was too large to be pretty. And then when I got older and I realized that that's not something that you're going to get kicked out of life for, and I realized I could breathe, I was like, you know what? Big nose good. Big nose working. Not saying that all big noses work correctly. Obviously, you can have both. But I got some airflow, and we appreciate that. Neti pot scares me. I overclean it so much. I mean, it makes sense. You don't want to be putting anything growing into your sinuses. That's vulnerable stuff. Think your nose is fine. Oh, thank you. I've come to understand that I find myself sufficiently aesthetically pleasing, and also even if I didn't, it's okay. It's nice to realize that you don't have to be hot. It's okay to not be hot. It is true that if you're not hot, life will be a little bit harder for you in terms of how other people treat you, but that doesn't mean you can't make a way for yourself. Have that awful fog in brain. Can't focus on work. Any tips? Oh, I got thousands of tips. The question is if any of them are going to actually help you. Brain fog, can't focus. What are my favorite ones? I mean, core ones, a little fresh air, 5 or 10 minute walk, deep breaths outside if possible. That's a good reset. Cold shower works wonders for people. It's awful, but that's what snaps you out of it. That can help give your brain like a rush of chemicals. And if you can't take a cold shower, if you can splash cold water on your face, that can be very effective as well. Easier if you're working from home and you're not like wearing makeup. Another one is a little bit of physical activity, like just like 5 or 10 minutes of calisthenics, you know, like your jumping jacks or like a 10-minute yoga video or something that kind of like gets your heart rate up and gets your body like kind of moving a little bit and gets things working a bit. That's very good. You might need a little snack. You might need a little nap. You might need a change of task. Those are all the good tips. In my experience, what I don't need... I like how I crafted all these anyways, despite the fact that I decided that I was for sure losing gold. What I don't need when I do that is to scroll on my phone, even if I think that's what I need. It's not what I need. It's tricky. Hazel, you are clearly hot in all the ways that matter. Oh, thank you. I do think that I'm doing just fine. Taking notes, useful tips. Can you not randomly get 3-star crafts anymore? Nope. That was inspiration, which was the Dragonflight mechanic. They've swapped it out for concentration, which allows you to trigger that at will, but with a limited capacity to do so. So it'll, you have concentration instead. Okay, so I posted those up to sell. Was I gonna make any more? I did, what did I do? I did, we've got Versa, we've got Haste. I was gonna make some Mastery Flasks, maybe? No, those are enchants. that's not what I'm after. Don't mind me.
If you find anything exotic,
Computers,
bring
man.
it to me.
What have I done? That's what I've done. How could this happen to me? Sure, why not?
Have anything
Woo!
ancient to trade?
Do
Needs to be at
another
least
193
2
of these.
centuries old.
Evil Teddy, thank you very much for the 7-month resub. You know what's funny is despite being full of tips for how to focus at work, I famously am not incapable, because let's not put that evil on ourselves, but that is my greatest struggle in life and the biggest problem that I have that I've been trying for years to work on is to be able to sit down and focus on something when I've got a bit of a mental block about it. It's not ADD. We've been screened, but it's hard. I am full of good advice because I've done massive amounts of research. Because if I could just fix myself, then the world's my oyster. But, you know, maybe the world's my oyster anyway. What was I going to do? 1,200 of these? Maybe we're doing just fine. Firestorms, thank you very much for the 36-month resub, 3 years with me. Wow. Anything specific farming gold for? For the Brutosaur. Exactly what you were doing. I want to make gold, buy tokens, get myself the new Brutosaur. That's the dream. I'm actually going to use one of these quick hands files this time. I know I could have been using it this whole time, but what are you going to do? Mastery. There we go. Classic Warlock leveling is bonkers. Played 4 hours, just inked level 10. Ooh, congratulations. Are you having fun? Yes. Nice. I have a kitty cat in my way. Hello? How you doing? Speaking of sitting down to focus, I still need to write. I do a little blog post for my YouTube members that are paying, what is it, $10 and up? Or no, $10 is the video. It might be $5 and up. But I haven't written it for this month yet, and I need to do it today. Because last month, I wrote about Kira, and I wrote the whole "my cat's gonna die" post. And it's kind of hard to follow that up. You know, you go, hey, Hazel here, update. Not dead yet. But, you know, maybe more poignantly. I have no idea how to pronounce that word, by the way. Can't be poignant. That can't possibly be right. I feel like the G's got to be silent. Ironically, haven't died yet. Watching videos about ADHD tips. Generally to stop forgetting what it is that I wanted. Get more lost in some depth apps and brain maps. There's definitely a rabbit hole where you can be unproductive by researching productivity. My book collection can attest to this. At a certain point, you know everything that you need to know, and you probably know more than you needed to know, because the things that actually work are very simple and they're fairly surface level. They're not deep or complex. At a certain point, you know what you need to know, but this allure of, instead of starting to work, if I just sharpen the axe a little bit more and I just do a little more research and figure out how to do it perfectly, and I find this new system that's going to change everything, that allure is so powerful that it's very easy to chase that for a long time and then never get started. Ask me how I know. Shadow Snake, thank you for the 13-month resub. G is silent, sounds like a J. I mean, in from where I come from, that would make it poignantly, and that can't possibly be the right either. How do you know? Been there. I'm sure I've learned some things from these books. I think we're retaining some things, but I've also spent a lot of years not working on the things that are actually maybe more important. Hey, you know, today's a new day. Every day's a new day. Have at it. 56k worth of those. The question is, in terms of WoW Gold, has my net worth gone up? So I spent approximately 140,000 gold, 150,000 gold, and my auctions are worth about 180,000 gold, which means that for our efforts today, we're up approximately 30k. And we spend about an hour, so that's not bad, especially compared to modern, like, gathering times. However, that's including concentration, so it's not something I could do sustainably. If I crafted another hour, I would not make another 30k gold worth of profit. It's also contingent on us selling all of that stuff, but details. Would you like a loan? I offer reasonable interest rates. Listen, I'm only looking for one loan with reasonable interest rates, and it's for a lot of marbles. Oh yeah, that's right. I left her in the Blasted Lands because I wanted that pet. I should do Kazakh a couple times for that pet. And I want to make sure I keep chipping away at Trading Post, because I could very easily spend all of December not playing the War Within because hardcore is so fun. And if I do that, then I'm going to be in trouble, because then I'm not going to have if I do that, I'm going to be in trouble, because then I'm not going to have my currency for the month, or my purple romper, you know. Hello? Making any plans? I got my plans already. I'm gonna have dinner at my mom's. I'm gonna bring something in the bread category. That'll be nice. I have 50k left, but I am you. Oh, that's very good. Oh. Hand cream, good. I'm asking Santa for lip balm for my stocking this year. The dryness has been like worse than any year ever in my life. If you've noticed, if you've ever seen me recently and you're like, why does she have food in her face? I don't. It's scabs. I have scabs on my face because my life's falling apart. Still vote for the Darkmoon Firewater flip. You live in Vancouver? Close. I live in Victoria, BC. There's a little hop, skip, ferry ride away. And then a drive. It's farther than it feels like it should be. Is nobody wanting to do Kazakh anymore? Or am I just in the wrong category here? That is his name, right? Lord Kazakh? Yeah. I mean, I guess it is a weekday and it's morning in a weekday. This can't possibly be where it is now. Hello? No. Oh. No. I don't have the pet from him yet, which is what I'm doing here. That's what I want. I think there's nothing to do. Done it so many times. I've seen it drop for so many other people. That's usually what happens. I was gonna do this twice, but now I'm starting to think that I'm gonna do it no times. Animal listed. Everyone else has the pet. Thanks, that makes me feel better. Don't think it exists. Well, I'll see if I can put together a group, but it might take a while. I don't know. I don't know if anyone actually wants to do it. Is this a good time to catch up on the Wowhead headlines? The reason I logged onto this character is because this is the one that typically does my... Well, actually, you know what else I could do? Is I could maybe try to do... they're not going to be low level here, though. I was going to say I could do some like pet battles or something for the trading post credit, but I don't think that's really going to do me any good. Well, head over. What's it cost? I don't think it's sellable. I think that you have to have it drop. I mean, I can double check. Yeah, I bet you if we search... Because I'm pretty sure I checked this before because I was going to be lazy about it. I think you have to farm it if you want it. It is cageable? What is it called? Are you sure? I'm wowheading this. In the blasted lands. Drops. Oh, not that one. Battle pets. Well, it's not Kaz Quack. That's messed up. No. Little Kaz and Little Doomy. Do you think Hate Spart will sell for anything after the long anniversary thing is over? I mean, they'll always hold value for collectors, but the demand's definitely going to go down. Oh, there it is. It is Little Kaz. Why is there no space in that name? Okay, yeah, if I... We'll kill it this time, but if it's only selling for 3K, I might just buy it. Another promotion to buy accessories? Yeah, no. No, thank you. They've gone too far.
If you find anything exotic, bring it.
Should I stock up? Oh, on pets? If you have the patience to sell them. I never do. Pets are a long sell. It's kind of like transmog. You have to post them a lot. And it can take years for them to actually move. I don't know if we're gonna kill this. I feel like I got Little Doomy. Wasn't you from a vendor? Maybe. My pet collection is rusting a little bit around the edges. I did get Little Doomy. Because this group needs, like, this guy needs a lot. This guy needs a lot of people. I remember we were trying to do it and we had, like, I mean, maybe it scales, but it's got 879 million health. Let's, edit. I'm gonna delist and relist so that so that it refreshes the duration. Was able to get the gummy worm pet, but only because my wife loves gummy worms anyway. Not putting in any effort on Doritos or Mountain Dew hunt. Yeah. I'm sure it's fun for somebody. I've had quite enough sweets because I made a batch of gingerbread cookies and they're in my freezer and I've been eating them. They're cute though. Do we have sound? We have music? Is there music out here? Must be. Very quiet. I guess it's only quiet for me. You guys sound like you look like you got quite a bit of sound there. Oh, oh. More people? Aha! Maybe this is what it needs to drop. Shall we PM you mailing addresses for those cookies? I am not authorized by the FDA or any other regulatory bodies to distribute edibles. That makes it sound like there's weed in them. They're just cookies. I haven't shopped from the trading post. I still need to fill up the bar. I did buy the earmuffs. I did get that. That's been done. But I need to fill up the rest of this. That was one of the things that I wanted to do. 6 quests should be pretty easy. And then I could honestly just go herb in, I don't know, Swamp of Sorrows, and that would give me 100 points. That's pretty straightforward. About to say. Accidentally bought the dress, which is very similar to another one they did. They're nice. I mean, you could refund it if you don't want it anymore. You can go back to the trading post and you can get a refund on your tender, I believe. I want the blue wings, and I'm tempted to get the other pair of wings as well, but I think they're too close in color. Yeah, it should be under custom. Custom group, North America, and you might need to be Alliance to see the group as well. Notion after the resale expired. Oh no! Hello, Simmering Teapot. How are you doing today? I wonder how many people you need for this. This might be just a... just a fool's errand. They are too close in color. Yeah, I'm sure somebody needs those exact colors for a specific look, but... I don't know. 2, 3, 4, 5... Cover trade. Purples are almost identical. Yeah, I'll probably get the wings. Oh, I was on the fence about the pet because... Oh, sorry, kitty cat. I was on the fence about the pet because the pet is a recolor of a pet I already have, and it's 400 tender, but it's a pet. And I collect pets, and it's not like it's 800 tender. And I have the tender, but like, you know why I have the tender is because I don't get everything they try to sell me. So I don't know. I'm on the fence. I think if I just let it pass me by, it's not going to upset me. What is his name? Blue-Loo? No, not Blue-Loo. I don't know. If I look at the trading post pets I've already got. Aura, Blub, Bugsy, Claudius. I do have Mitzi already from last year. That's nice. And it wouldn't be like my last chance to get it or anything either. Yeah, I have Pokey already. I think I don't need it because I already have it in a different color. I think I can probably calm down with that. One cloth character for so long probably wasn't a good idea. Playing male, don't have male mogs. Sounds like it's time to go on some mog runs. I have a surprising amount of trading post pets, actually. Some of these are... I like Mitzi a lot. I had Mitzi out all year last year. I can't believe that was already a year ago. It's that time of year. Where is this boss at? Blasted Lands. So just kind of like... southeast of Stormwind. Southeast of Stormwind, right below Karazhan. Need a Christmas gift at Tender Bliss. They said they were going to do a bigger bar, like a more tender in a month, but I think it was going to be in, what, February? For the anniversary or something? I don't know. Not the anniversary of WoW, but like the anniversary of the trading post. Alright, I have to believe. This is going to be the one. The blue post and tender was so ambiguous. I guess it's good that they were giving us advance notice that there was going to be like a month worth saving for coming up, but it was just kind of funny that they told us so early because it made the post itself a little bit confusing. Upping it to 1,500 in February. Can't believe we're hitting 2 years of the trading post already. I know, right? On one hand, I feel like I have quite a few cool things from the trading post because I've done it every single month. I haven't missed any months at all. You know. We've got mounts. What are the best mounts that I've gotten? I feel like a lot of oh, well, that one for sure. I feel like a lot of them are just kind of like vaguely iffy recolors. I sort of stopped getting some of the recolors. Also, some of these are not... I mean, I guess if they're shot mounts that were sold on the trading post. The purple Paro is for sure worth it. This thing was very good, too. That's like a gorgeous mount. I remember agonizing over the magenta Cloud Serpent, and then it ended up being, like, way too much. Oh, we're pulling. We're going. Off and away. That's my bloodlust sound. Whoa! I didn't die, though. I still don't understand that mechanic. I just know it gets me killed. Favorite mount? Royal Golden Scarab for the moment. It changes, though. I don't think I have, like, an all-time favorite. Only reason to get recolors if you end up in one of Asmon's mount tops. Hasn't happened to me yet. Although, not having trading post mounts has come up a couple of times in the anniversary event mount off, the in-game one. However, I did still win. Come on, pet. I'm gonna delist. Woohoo! That was very dangerous, very close. I've used my standard health pot, my cave dweller's health pot, my exhilaration, and my turtle. We still have 2 charges of survival of the fittest, though. I did not preempt that shadow bolt volley. Okay. When this falls off, I'm gonna pop the other charge. I'm out of tools. Oh, I'm almost able to, excel again. I guess I have leech. And also heals from somebody, thank you very much. $189 gold. Thank you, everybody, for your help. I appreciate you coming all the way out here. We're gonna head ourselves back to Dornegal. Invincible for me. It's the first big mount farm I did. Impressive you lived all that. My hunter can't do very much. Her year's okay. But playing a Shadow Priest this season has taught me to always carry multiple health potions. Yeah, let's pick up our weekly quest. I want to just buy that pet, I think. It's not worth continuing to farm it. It takes so long and it's so dangerous to kill that thing. And apparently it's like quiet out there anyway, like people aren't even doing it anymore. Oh, it's so loud. It's so loud. Calm down. Oh yeah, that's right. I was gonna get for trading post credit, I was gonna do some classic urban, that's right. And then maybe actually some pet battles as well. Like I could just go to Stormwind. That'll be kind of fun. Because I have herbing and mining, and you just need to get assorted stuff gathered for that particular trading post item. And I could also do pet battles while I'm at it. I don't know why I did this before I did the herbing one. I also don't know why I'm spending gold to get herbing and mining knowledge, like it's gonna help me. At a certain point, your knowledge isn't really making a big difference anymore. Well, see you later, kitty cat. 5% of the way to covering the cost of the pet. True.
The Coreway must be
Want to mount off by default? I was the only one in it. Hey, counts. Still counts. Month's reward is very cute. Purple onesie looks great in my Coltiered. Yeah, that's an example of a recolor that I'm pretty happy to have. Because I have the green one already from the shop or wherever it was that it came from. But I'm just excited to have another version of it. And they're different enough too to kind of make it feel worth it. It's not like they're almost the same color. The difference between the Trading Post Harvest Golem set and the Hallow's End one was so close that I feel like I would have been a bit ripped off feeling if I'd bought the Trading Post one, but this is a bit different, I think. Sinking points into Irradiated. I was gonna buy... Let's just buy the pet. I know it's gonna set us back 3k in our journey, but what are you gonna do? Are we rich yet? We're about to get a little bit less rich because I want to get the little Kazakh pet before the event ends and the price spikes. And apparently it's just not going to drop for me. This is me giving up. Alas. Failure comes for us all. Also, this just seems like a good investment.
needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
Oh, you know what I should do? Is I should check other servers. See if I can get it even cheaper. The name of it just seems... I just expected it to have an extra Z, I guess. Or like a space. I don't know. So, Lightbringer has the cheapest price of any US realm. This is it. That's the cheapest one. Done. That's easy. Unless I'm reading the chart wrong, but no, I think that's it. No, that totally was the cheapest one in stock. That's funny. Big pet realm, I guess. There we go. One pet done. We can reset the auctions we posted already. The question becomes, what do I want to do now? Trading post stuff, that's right. That's right. In today's edition of Bizarre Dreams that Hazel had, I had a really weird one where I'd had a baby and I was in the hospital with my baby and I had the baby kind of like sitting on my knees, just babying around. And the baby had like, I was trying to feed my baby and for some reason, even though my baby had just been born and we were in the hospital still, I was trying to feed my baby fried eggs. So I had put a fried egg on my baby's head because I wasn't a very good mother yet on account of having just given birth. Clearly a bit confused about the whole process. And my dog was also there. And my dog was trying to help me feed the baby fried eggs, but also my dog was also wanting to eat the fried eggs. So I was putting the egg in the baby's head and the dog would take the egg and the dog would feed some to the baby and then eat some. And then I grabbed the baby's little hands and it went doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. And then that was my... It was the least nightmarish dream I've ever had about having a baby. Normally they are horrific nightmares that usually end in my mother's looking after it and I haven't seen it in 7 years and I have some vague idea that I'm a horrible parent because I didn't parent. That's usually how my baby dreams go, but this one involved Moose feeding it fried eggs. I say it because I don't remember any details. What are we doing? Oh yeah, I was reposting stuff, that's right. Did it like the fried eggs? I don't know. It ate them, I think, so that's a good sign, although, again, just born, maybe not ideal, but we don't have dreams for mechanical instruction. I don't know why we have dreams. Brain's got extra go-go juice. Maybe it's a sign that you should teach Moose how to fry eggs. New trick to work on. I got a lot of love from some of the neighborhood dogs that I've been meeting recently in the last couple of days, and it's totally cheating because I have like the best dog treats in my pocket. If you want to make friends with dogs, freeze-dried anchovies. You can get them at like pet supply places. The pet store here has them. They stink so bad, which I think is why the dogs like them. They smell awful. I have to like scrub my hands when I come home so that my hands don't smell like them. We call them stinky fishies because they smell so bad. But like every dog that I've met will like sell their kidney for one. And they can tell that I have them in my pocket. So I've been playing the game of like, you know, stop to chat with a neighbor and they go, "Oh man, my dog really likes you." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just a dog person meanwhile." If it works, it works. It's good. Plus Moose will actually listen when he knows that I'm working with something good. How extra do I feel? Am I gonna go to the Darkmoon Fair just to get mining and herb knowledge? I might actually, because I also wanted, because it's gonna count as quests, because I also wanted to get some pet battles and some gathering done in those zones for the trading post, and because I'm pretty close to having Accurate filled out, which is gonna give me more nullstones. Maybe Moose's subconscious is trying to tell you he wants fried eggs. That or he wants a baby. Or both. He wants fried eggs and a baby. Notice 3 pets, 90 Darkmoon Fair tickets at the anniversary event. I didn't. Are they the same balloons that we've had at the Darkmoon Fair though? They might be. Because I think if we look at balloons, there's a horse, a murloc, and a wolf balloon. That I think, yeah, 90 tickets. So those are the ones that we've had before. Quite the wish list. Fried eggs and a baby. Sounds like a Hallmark movie title. I didn't realize they were so weird. I always thought Hallmark movies had titles like Sparkling for Christmas. Snowing with lights. Colors of the rainbow. I watched an episode of Taskmaster. They had to design and create a toy that would impress a dog. They all worked so hard and one lady stuffed some meat down a tube. I don't think I've seen that specific task, but I saw the entertain a baby one, and one lady just recorded a video and was like, just give the baby an iPad. And the baby was like, ooh. Cheating. Okay, so before I get carried away here, first things first, I am turning off these add-ons that I installed. I got myself Gathermate and Roots, and I've done nothing but make a mess with them. Do, 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 do. Hot Frosty. I haven't seen Hot Frosty yet. Actually, that sentence is funny because it implies that at some point I am going to dedicate some hours of my life to watching Hot Frosty. I need Trixie and Katya to watch it for me. I don't want to do it by myself. Premiering this fall on NBC. Kitty, you coming back? She gets up and she gets down and she gets up and she gets down because she is a cat. So we need, if we can get a total of 50 quantity of any mixture of classic herbs or fish, etc. Then that'll be good. We can also, at the same time, do pet battles. Of course, my classic herbalism kind of sucks. I'm only getting 1 per, but we'll catch it up real quick. The ore was good. Not that my mining skill was any better, but it gave me rough stone and copper ore. Maybe they both count. I've been adoring walking around looking for Christmas lights. I mean, they're everywhere because it's December and people have actually started putting them up now, but I've been improvising my my walk routes because like I'll just get to an intersection and I'll like look around and I'll be like, that one! Like I'll just look for the brightest and most gregarious display of lights I can find and then walk by it so I can look. For what? I have to stop myself from playing the game of like, okay, these are all of the different decorations everybody has. If you had a house and it looked like this, which ones do you want to put up? Because you don't know what kind of place you might get in the future or where you might live. And it's really a little putting the cart before the horse to be brainstorming the ideal list of Christmas decorations before you've got city picked out, you know. I find it so crazy that Christmas time and summer break are the same thing in Australia. I mean, it must make it easier to get around. There's nothing quite like trying to travel for Christmas to see family through, like, the traditional blizzards and other weather that makes it very difficult to travel. I'm sure they have problems, but maybe not so much the Christmas snowstorms. South America, for that matter. It just seems so far away. I'd say I've never been to Australia, and that would be true, but it's so obvious it doesn't really need saying. I haven't been to a lot of places. We're a little sheltered over here, and that's all right. Not everybody's going to be a traveling kind of person. Something carbon footprint. I don't know. Ugh. What you doing? Lots of things, but mainly the reason I'm smoking these innocent pets that can't defend themselves is for trading post credit. I want to get this bar filled up. Mainly, I mean, you have all of December to do it, but mainly before I forget would be good. And then I also want to, I'm about halfway to this one as well. Be worth about 300 points, I think. I haven't decided how I'm going to go about getting the rest of them. But I don't know if I'm going to get around to doing any more keys this month. Maybe. It'd be nice to get a City of Threads 10, but everybody's just kind of like traveling and busy. Everybody else is traveling and busy. Some countries go to school year round. Yeah, so once you fill out the bar, you get the reward at the end of it. So there's this purple Snuggle for Murloc Romper onesie appearance. It also gives you tender that you can spend at the trading post for more cosmetics, or you could save it to shop with it on future months. I like filling up the bar every month just to make sure I've got the most purchasing power in case they add anything really cool there. Anniversary trading post things. Probably not, no. If I remember in 10 minutes we can do the mount off for trading post credit. That would be very fun. Quit retail because of Mythic Plus spam? Yeah, if you're not having fun, then that's no good. No reason to stick with something if it's not doing it for you anymore. Is he coming back? Gotta get the Weaver buff back. Ooh, good tip. I was thinking of gathering and I had completely forgotten about it. If I'm gonna gather, I should get my Weaver buff back. I still need rep with the rest of the factions. There's mounts that I haven't purchased yet for Kej. How are we doing here? 9 of 15, 10 of 15, 5 more. I finally caved and got one of these. They're pretty inexpensive, but like these like silicone bubble popping fidget things. I like having fidgets at my desk, and I've tried a few different types of them in the past. I used to have like this little twisty plastic ropey thing that I would play with while I was streaming, but it was kind of loud. And I've seen these on the market for a while, but I never actually got one because I just figured it would be trash that would end up in a drawer. And it may be trash that will end up in a drawer at some point, but I got the smallest and cheapest one that I could. And so far it's kind of fun. My dog was exceedingly interested in it, despite the fact that it's not for him. I had to let him sniff it because he was like, wait, what do you have? If you have it, it must be good. What is it? You know, he's a curious boy. Just wants to know what's going on with everything. Plus, it reminds me of when I was a kid and you would get like a drink from a fast food place and they had the plastic lids with the little bubbles on them. And I always thought, oh man, you would press down the bubble. I figured the place that was selling the drink should press it down to mark what kind of drink it was, but like you would always get the lid and put it on yourself, so that would never happen. And I used to make a point to correctly identify and push down the corresponding bubble of my drink because I figured that that was going to put something right with the universe. I don't really know what the logic was, but something. Just need to pick her, not even do the weekly quest? Oh, really? I didn't know that. That's a good tip. You always travel to trainers, take so long. Yeah, this is nice. Your way would get you more in terms of like pet charms and bandages and stones and whatnot. Experience if you're looking for it. But if you just want the trading boast credit, this is kind of brutal, but fairly effective. There we go, 15 of those. Let's get another 11 ore, etc. We can turn the tracking off for pets. Oh, I remembered what I was gonna share. That's right. There was something else that I did on my days off that I wanted to tell you about, or at least something I picked up, you know. A new project. New hope gleaming on the horizon of life. But it's getting close to break time, so after I get these, I'm gonna probably take a real short break, and then I can get whatever it is I say as though it's a random thing. I can get the thing, and I can bring it back, and I can show you. Wow. Exciting. Mystery. Suspense! What could it be? Voidwalker. Zarmal. Ooh, I like that name. He sounds fancy. He sounds like he wears black silk jackets. Can't wait. I'll only be gone a minute. How are we doing? There we go. That'll do. And then she can just stay here, more or less, because we're just going to go to the Darkman Fair after this. I swear, if you bring back a baby and feed it eggs, I'm losing my mind. Imagine. I probably could, I mean, I could get away with it in terms of wardrobe if I was trying to hide a pregnancy. I could not get away with it in terms of keeping my struggles on the inside. I feel like if I was pregnant, you guys would hear all of the details that you do not want to hear. Because I would be complaining the entire time. Also not something I'm planning in my life. I'm going to be right back. All right. I'm ready to reveal my dreams. When you say that so, it makes them sound much bigger than they were. I want to read this one first. Longtime lurker, slowing down in the game. Want to get more into collecting. Any tips for starting the journey? Oh, hang on. Pardon me. Recently gotten Lore Master. Thinking about the project a bit overwhelming. I would check out 2 different third-party websites that help break your collections down and show you what you're missing in maybe a more manageable way. Simple Armory. Here, I'm just gonna write them down. You can. They're Googleable. Simple Armory is one, and then Data for Azeroth is the other one. You can look up your character and you can see your account's collections. And if you just kind of like browse around and tab through there, it might give you a better idea of what, like a subsection to start on. Because instead of just like collecting everything, sometimes it's nice to be like, well, do I want to focus on mounts or pets or transmog? Do I want to try to get everything from a given like expansion or a given instance or something? Kind of narrow your scope so you've got a more manageable to-do list. Okay. So what I have in my dream, I want to grow garlic. I got some seed garlic. I have been wanting to garden, and all of this like browsing real estate listings has been making me increasingly want to garden and like looking for places that I can maybe set up like some raised beds or something. Because right now I have containers in my balcony, and I decided, you know what? There's no time like the present. This is something you can grow in containers. And I love garlic, and I was like, how do you grow it? I've never grown garlic. I really want to try. What's the worst thing that can happen? I got this on sale. It was clearance. It was $3.50. It has 2 heads of garlic, and you plant them in individual cloves, so it should be plenty. And I picked a hard neck variety of garlic. Apparently there is soft neck garlic and hard neck garlic. Soft neck garlic, such as California Early, is going to be the more traditional tasting, milder tasting. It also lasts longer once it's been cured, but it doesn't do as well over cold winters. Whereas hardneck garlic is going to overwinter better. So I'm actually going to plant these now and have them stay outside over the winter. And then they should sprout in the spring. And these ones are a little bit more cold tolerant and a little bit more like spicy tasting. They can still be cured. And the other thing that they do is they'll generate scapes. You can eat like the stalks and the the green parts that come up in the spring, and they should have a mild garlicky flavor as well. I've never tried garlic scapes, but I was reading about it. I chose the Dugansky garlic, Dugansky variety garlic, and I'm going to plant them in some containers. I'm just going to use some potting soil that I have and then the worm castings that I have. And I'm going to give it a go, you know? What do we got to lose? It was $3.50 and I'm using stuff I already had. So we're gonna try that, and I'm very excited because I love a garden project. I love trying to grow something. It doesn't even need to work. It doesn't even need to go well. I have no illusions about like saving money on my grocery bill or anything. It's not like garlic's expensive. I was just itching. I gotta grow something. It did kind of make me a bit sniffly. I hope I'm not allergic. Fresh garlic homegrown would taste amazing. It sounds like fun, right? Very good. Green parts of the garlic, we put them in salad. Oh, kitty cat, you coming back? No? She's just doing laps. Alright, I was gonna do the herb and the mining quests for the Dark Moon Fair. Made a crockpot recipe. Messed up, put too much garlic, stunk my house out. Oh! I'm very curious, how much garlic did you put in? I know sometimes brand new cooks will sometimes make the mistake of when something calls for a clove of garlic, they'll put a whole head of garlic in instead. That'll do it. that'll clear you out real good. Hazel, I started taking my vitamins again. That reminds me, I should take my vitamins today after 2 weeks of forgetting. I love this arc for us. We're back on our nutrients. My goodness. That's funny, that actually made me kind of stuffy. What if I'm a vampire? This is how I find out. Is this a stream where we realize Hazel is a secret vampire? Oh man, 12-year-old me would have thought that was so cool. I don't think I'd want to be a vampire. If I was going to be a mythical creature. Creature? I was going to say like a wizard, but that's not really a creature, is it? Also, let me check on this. Oh, I should ask when. Man, I love our Saturday morning streams, but everything in the world happens on Saturdays. We were gonna pick up the herbing and the mining quests. Does Chad have one combined brain at this point? Where is the... Oh, they're back like this way. At least the herbing one. Hazel the Pixie. I was thinking like an elf, but like I want to be a magic user. I want to be like a mystic. I want to be like a monk, you know? That would be pretty cool. Speaking of vampire, excited to see the Nosferatu movie later this month. Finding random people from my hometown in Hunter City. Are you from Brill? Could be like Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell vaguely annoyed me, and I couldn't figure out why. I don't remember much about her actual character. I don't recall if she was annoying per se, or if it was just the size and squeakiness that did it. Although, I don't know if I can walk around on my gnome mane and say that, oh man, tiny squeaky things are so annoying, am I right, guys? Hello? Especially when my favorite Hearthstone Battlegrounds bartender is Fizzy. Named my Volpera after my cat Mosfet and Nosferatu. Nosferatu! Aww. I still want to go see Wicked. I keep checking the theater preview, and because I'm trying to find a day when it's not completely slammed to go see it, but it's doing so well that every time I like go see it, it's like not sold out, but there's not like 2 seats together. It's like almost sold out every single time. And even if I could get 2 seats together, I would rather wait until it's a little quieter, but that may never happen. It may leave theaters before it stops selling out theaters, so I don't know. Stay hydrated. Be victorious. Thank you for getting that. That's my favorite. was amazing. It was so good. Went on Sunday. It sounds so up my alley. I love music. I love stuff like that. And I'm a little familiar with the book and I'm a little familiar with the musical, but not so much as to be like a stick in the mud about anything that they might have changed. I feel like that's the perfect level of investment to watch a movie adaptation like that. There is a mining quest somewhere. Is it Stamp? No. Stamp is cooking. You're not also mining, are you? When in Thanksgiving? Still almost full. No, that's Salty Sea Dogs. That's fishing. Cried so many times, never saw the musical, only Wizard of Oz. Could tell that it did justice to the musical. Click on the thing on the WeakAura. You mean cheat? With all this fun we're having? Fine. Wait, I'm trying to cheat. It's not working. Cool name for an undead. What's your cool name? From the Target Practice Daily. Right! Yes! Thank you. Yeah, I was not going to get that on my own. I was not going to remember that. People have told me that before, too. Like, I've been here and done this. This expansion. Oh! I got too wrapped up in my garlic story. I forgot about the mount off. I wanted to do it for Traders post-credit. No. Yeah, I'm sure we've done this fairly recently. Click on it, but puts a ping on the map. I did click on it. I didn't see the ping. We found it. We got there. Perfect. Did I see Wicked? I have not seen it yet. I want to go see it. I have a theater ticket credit I need to use sometime. Anytime. Garlic strikes again. Just when you think you're safe. Wow, I've really only got 2 of these so far. Maybe we should slow down. And, I don't know, look more carefully or something? My map is missing something. I also don't see the quest area on my map, and I typically do, I think. Perfect movie to use that credit on. I've been kind of sitting on the credit for a while, waiting for something that I actually wanted to see. Finally came around. That'll do it. I wonder what else we can do at the fair for Traders Post Credit, or at the anniversary event for Traders Post Credit. There's got to be good stuff. Better take my husky in the walk. 2 pairs of pants, shirt, sweatshirt, jacket, coat, hat, gloves. -19. Oh man, I'm still impressed. Celsius. Good grief. Do you live in Antarctica with the penguins? I mean, I know lots of places are that cold, but I bet you your husky loves it. Your dog must be happy as a clam. Actually, you can't ever generalize about dogs. There's always one dog that like heard the rules for dogs and was like, no, I won't. Alright. I wanted to go probably anniversary event. Even though I've missed it. Story time, attend. Fashion stage thing, cast 5 votes. Yeah, I think we can probably catch at least story time. People here in Florida have huskies. I don't know how they do it. My dog is only 16% husky, but he hates it when it gets hot outside. He sulks, and like, it's clearly so uncomfortable for him. I always have to like delay the walk until super late after the sun goes down in the summer because he's just not having a good time. It doesn't help that he's got black fur on his back, so if he's in the sun for any length of time, he cooks. No fun for a puppy. But he loves the cold. We were joking about getting him a coat, and I'm like, I don't think he wants one. I think that would interfere with his not respiration. Cooling down. Ventilation. Speaking of Moose, how is he? He's good. He's such a cute boy. He's such a sweet muffin. He was on the couch, laying down, sleeping, you know, doing his thing. And the cat wants to get up on the couch, and she's blind, so she doesn't really know exactly where he is, but she knows he's around. And she, like, kind of manages to hop onto the couch, and she ends up, like, sort of between... He's laying on his side, and she's sort of between his legs, like, underneath his belly, if he was standing up. And she's, like, kind of, like, sniffing around. She's like, no, there's dog there. There's dog to my right. There's dog to my left. Jeez. There's dog everywhere, and she, like, doesn't quite know where to go. She's not panicking, but she also doesn't want to step on him. And she sniffs his nose and goes, oh, jeez, that's his face. And then she, like, kind of revolts back. And meanwhile, he's just very sleepy and bleary, being like, hey, can I help you? And then he, like, looks and sees that she's, like, kind of stuck there a little bit. And then he moves his back paws to give her a clear path to leave, and she leaves. And it was so cute I could have cried because, first of all, that's very kind of him. And second of all, he doesn't do that for us. He is famously, like, the most stick in the mud when it comes to moving out of the way. His instinct when he's in the way is to freeze and be like, you go around. Like, he does not move. And he frequently, like, blocks traffic zones, so I have to step over him a lot. I gotta bowl through him. So the fact that he moved for the cat just made me remember that I think she's actually the one in charge here. He's such a good dog. Okay. Let's go to the anniversary grounds. She would only walk in summer for like 15 minutes at a time. Now she'd walk for hours if I'd let her. Dog likes to cook, also loves the snow. Very practical. She's training him. I was joking with some of my neighbors that she's trained him much better than I have because she's the one that's willing to use violence. I'm all about the positive reinforcement training, and it's going quite well. He's quite good. But Kira's the only being on the planet that can just slap him. And she does when she needs to. And it works real good. He gives her a wide berth. And she doesn't even do it with claws out. She just goes bop 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 with her little paw. And she's like this big, you know, she's tiny. It's very cute to see him give her her space because it's hard for him, you know, he's excited. He just wants to play. Yeah, I don't know if he knows that she's blind or not. I think because he hasn't really spent a lot of time with any other cats. So it's possible that he just thinks that all cats are blind. Or, I don't know. Or maybe he doesn't know. Or maybe he knows. He's pretty smart. I think he's a lot smarter than I give him credit for. But yeah, maybe one day I'll get another cat and he'll be like, wait, you can see me? Ah, geez, like this next cat has like much better aim. So I think story time starts pretty soon here. Because we're over halfway done here. How did he get the bee mount? What was I on? It might have been the bee from the Dornegal bee. Isle of Dornrep, Council of Dornrep, perhaps? It's either that or the actual bee mount. Oh no, those are pets. Yeah, Smoldering Cinder Bee is from Council of Dornegal. Rep like 23 or something like that, and then 11k resonance crystals. Pet mirror thing. Complete the quest for the daily buff. These are just such little tiny bits of tiny bits of credit. They won't hurt. They're not hard. Like casting 5 votes, but it's for 10 points, right? Like that's almost not worth it. 3 classic pet tamers. What else? Oh, we're 8 to 10 quests. That won't be too bad. I'm not doing Codex of Chromie for 50. Oh, I see. Yeah, these are all in here. So we could do 15 quests in Kalimdor and the Eastern Kingdoms. Just like anywhere. For 100 points. What are professions? Nope. Professions ones are done. Nothing left to do there. 2 Kazlogar Pet Tamers is probably pretty easy. Because you just go to the one with a daily quest. Or even if they don't have a daily quest up, we've got teams for those saved. Yeah, 5 keys would be huge, but like 5 keys. I don't know if I'm doing 5 keys this week. Use 20th anniversary balloon chest and Dornogal. I wish I could get Trading Post credit for playing hardcore. That would be very fun. Oh well, what are you gonna do? Got a bunch running old raids for Mounts and Mog. Now that sounds more up my alley. So yeah, you could do like 25 raid bosses. Because I'm not raiding anymore. I was going to say my regular raid night will help. No. Raid night's over. Raid night's out of season. I want this Snugglefin Romper, and I feel like I've come this far. I want to finish it today if I can. Which means that I want the rest of these points in, like, the next hour, which is going to be a little tricky.
But we already know Arthur's story.
How many mounts can I match? Oh, if I match 10 mounts, I'll get 100 points. That's pretty good, actually. That's not until 11:45, though. Turns out, selling Vantis runes 8 PM on a Wednesday works pretty well. Not too bad. Man, running just like a random old raid sounds like so much fun. I could see myself just like, you know, pop into the Molten Core. What kind of Mog are we missing from there? Who's to say? Something. Gotta be missing something. Oh, I still have my detective title on. Complete a time to reflect 4 times? What is a time to reflect? This isn't searchable, unfortunately.
Long years passed, and Arthas had become the
In
Lich
Daenerys.
himself.
40 points? Oh, the trivia thing. Yeah. I don't know why I'm too good for anything that's less than 100 points. Been trying to 100% Molten Core, but I hate that ATT puts the crafted items from Fiery Cores in there. Yeah, that's annoying. Get it with different alts. Yeah, but then I'd have to move them for 40 points. It's a good idea, I'm just being annoying. That's what we need to do is arena. I could get 100 for Awakening the Machine. Is this story almost over? We could probably match. We could probably make it to the theater, actually. Oh, it's not over yet. Because I want to get the points for finishing this. But I could get more points by doing the theater thing. We'll see if we can wait for at least one more reaction. It's probably almost over. And then we can just like Hearth and fly. I gotta plan it out. There we go. We've participated at least 4 times. We've missed the actual like finish watching a story one, but we don't got time for this. We gotta go.
Although the Saurian promised his sister he would seek her out after he had defeated the Lich King.
I haven't even picked up my weekly quest yet. I might be able to do a weekly with this, but not that later me problem. Hello?
Would you like a program? Are you here to see one of our plays? We have some play materials that need collecting from the market.
Sometimes I've lost the game of trying to show up to this late and still make it in time. It's not like Super Bloom where you can just roll in 18 minutes after the hour and still get it done. Weekly quest is Delves? Yeah. That's not happening.
The market draws
I don't think I did the weekly last week either.
if we assist them, their customers
Well,
might
check.
stay
It's
for
just
the
that
show.
time of year. I'm excited for Winter Veil to start again. That's gotta be not too long. Oh, not until the 19th. Man, Winter Veil's gonna be going on for like a full week and a half after the 25th. I feel like that's gonna feel like way too long. It's just like Hallow's End. Hallow's End went on really long after the actual holiday as well.
If we assist them, their customers might stay.
It's not live, no, not until December the 19th. What do you do with your extra anniversary tokens? I've heard that you can change them out for time warped badges. Once you have finished buying everything that you want to buy with them, you can trade them for time walking badges and then you can buy stuff with those. I don't know where, I haven't done it yet, but presumably somewhere at the fairgrounds. Because there's nothing else that you can do with them. Little hate spark? Don't recall. Be on the pet vendor. Historian Muddy trades them at the vendor center platform. Gotcha. That's nice. Handy with all the new time walking stuff and coming out in the vendors. Yeah, it's probably not a bad way of getting badges, especially if you're the kind of person that doesn't actually like to do time walking dungeons. I have a bad habit of sitting out time walking, but still wanting all of the stuff for it. You gotta pick one. You gotta either do time walking if you want the things, or don't do it and then don't want the rewards, and that's also fine. Can't have both. $25 tokens for 500 time warped is a really good ratio, actually. I wouldn't have put it past them to make it 1-to-1, so that's pretty good. Killer way to power level tanks and healers. The level 3 tanks and my priest. Holy smokes! Smokes indeed. Which 3 tanks did you pick? Or did you do 3 of the same one? Just really into Prot Warriors. Gotta have them on 3 different races.
I've been struck. I cannot move.
DK, Pally, Brewmaster. Excellent choices. I'm seeing ghosts. I am hallucinating. Oh dear.
Strike you all down.
Thought I saw like a cat-sized creature leap past, but it was brown. And also moving too fast to be earthly. Go placidly, thank you for the 23-month resub. There you go. There's 100 points. Also gives me something to disenchant. We could probably stand to go. So Awakening Machine would give me 100. Rep will work. World Boss will actually work as well. Where is the World Boss? Ringing Deeps looks like. Let's get our Weaver buff. Very welcome. It does give me my buff right away. So doing the weekly is good for tokens and, you know, like rep and what, the cash and whatever, but like, you don't actually have to do it. That's interesting. I never would have guessed.
It is an excellent day for a race. Come fly with us.
It's a bright day with exceptionally favorable winds. I don't know that this is going to give me credit doing like the world quest to fill out the buff thing, but it will give me other stuff that I need. Oh, you know what I didn't do last week? I didn't do my Keyflame weekly. I never did it. Oh, so my kitty cat's getting on the bed. I'll turn the cat cam on in a sec. I still need the Dauntless Imperial links. And I refuse to give up. Oh. Oh, I thought that was gonna make me go faster. Whoa, there we go. We're fine. We're fine. Nothing good comes of faulty steering. Okay.
Nicely done. You and your Drake are exceptional.
Might give me the rep one, actually. There's 70 points for getting 3k rep in Kesselgar, and that's pretty fast. So the Weaver buff is a benefit that you can get when you have allied your warband with the Weaver. When you choose your Severed Threads pact, you can choose either the Weaver, the General, or the Vizier. And each of them gives you a different benefit. And one of the things that the Weaver does for you is this 30% crafting and gathering speed buff, and it's warband wide. So if you are gathering or crafting in any quantity on your account, it's really hard to not just do that. It won't be 30% until you've repped up with the Weaver to some extent, but once you've done that once in one character, your whole account benefits. And 30% is just huge. It's just such an enormous buff. Basically all flying mounts can skyride now. I think it's not 100% of them, but it's close enough that you're probably not going to notice a difference. This is too loud. Too loud. Darkroot and Anniversary rep buffs. I am capped with 2 of them, and then I'm pretty close with the back 2. I could probably stand to do the deeps maintenance thing just to get that rep and finish it. Get me like a, yeah, title. Some extra Valor Stones. Any clue which ones don't skyride? I want to say there was the Otherworldly Audic. Yeah, for some reason. Color me confused. I have no idea why. This one does not skyride. It's marked in the journal as steady flight only. It's one of the mount collecting meta mounts. Don't know why it doesn't skyride. Doesn't make any sense to me. It can fly. But yeah. There are exceptions, but there's not very many. Yes, that is the rainbow toy. I have a handy link there. They're right down here. Huh. But even if you only ever pick the Weaver, you still will get rep with the others. Because every time you get General Severed Threads rep, it's going to give you rep with all 3. And then you can still choose the other 2 when you do like your weekly if you want. You could choose them as your beneficiary from that rep buff. So I've given up on allying with anybody else because it just hurts too much to go without her buff.
Heavy truffles make powerful explosives, but can only be found by Rakusha's stag shows. Take one into the field with you, and uncover as many truffles as you can.
I think this is a little bit of an annoying quest, but it will do the trick. I like doing a pet pedal down here usually, but I don't see one up right now. Unless I'm just missing something. First death in the Warlock? Level 11? Good thing it's not hardcore. It's dangerous out there. Oh yeah, that's right. I was gonna turn on Cat Cam. Wow. What's up, Sid? How you doing? At this rate, I'm gonna come out of retirement when I'm like 75 years old and I've conquered everything else in my life. That's a good kitty right there. Battle pet you're missing in Ashkahet? I'm missing a battle pet? Must be.
Excellent. Every resource we can gather is a boon for the Kaheti.
Guacamole! That one's a vendor one. That's a vendor one. Time Warp badges. Time Warp badges. I don't know. 65%. Oh, actually, we could do that one. I know the rumor packs give credit for this, but I get lost with them so easily.
Vendors in the Umbro Bazaar have offered goods to support our cause. Go and gather them, but be discreet. Unless you'd like your appendages removed by force.
Do they just turn it inside? They might just turn it inside. I think they do. But I think that if I do these and I do Awakening the Machine, I think that's definitely going to give me... Wow, I'm so slow. That's definitely going to give me the... Can I just run it back? Would that be too easy? Tired of having to choose between wearing either glasses or a hat. Oh. You can fly with these? Yeah, it's crazy. Well, 90%. Oh no, my vigor. All my mounts are toy. It's okay, I can walk it in. I'll be there any minute. Kadar, thank you for the 28-month resub. It really is crazy. It seems unintended given how slowly you walk with them and how much and how much like you only need to turn in 3 of them. I don't know, it just strikes me as that they didn't really mean for you to be able to do that, but maybe they're too nice to nerf it now. Walk into a blue Nerubian flyer to get a speed boost. Oh, cool. Hey, where else am I going? I was gonna place some bugs, maybe. Bird tired.
The ascended haunt our upper echelons of power. Perhaps someone unaffiliated with the royal court.
The sneaking around a city theme has been used a few times now.
Bug them.
And this one's definitely not as punishing as the Legion one was. And I guess Legion was a long time ago, so I can't say they're overdoing the trope one. It's like, you know, Legion was a long time ago. But I don't know if I need it again. I guess I don't need many things. We're pretty content. Just cute outfits to wear to dungeons. Excuses to level alts once in a while. More mounts. Always more mounts. Never-ending hunger for mounts. Halifal rep missed out on giving us a flying mount instead of a Beladar recolor. You get that from you can skin your Delver's dirigible to look like a Arathi skyship. Excuse me. Oh, for heaven's sake. Do you hate this so Sormar is punishing? My favorite sneaking through a city theme they've done. Yeah, I don't think mine's quite airshipped out yet, but I think you can make it more so. I haven't done a whole lot of the delve collecting yet. Have you ever had a market that was, 1, wildly profitable, and you basically had it to yourself?
Information has always been an exquisite
Actually, early Dragonflight for a hot minute. Yeah, I was one of the early people to get into some stuff with alchemy, and it did quite well for me because it had such a good sale rate. What a rush. I would never ask you for your secrets though. Vantage runes at 8 PM on a Wednesday? Oh, your secrets! There we go. Gave us some points for rep. Puts us up to 915. Also, we're notorious with the Weaver. That gave us another thing. Weaver Trove. Disenchant one of these guys. And then, as much as I don't want to... Oh, actually, we don't even need to do Awakening the Machine. We should, for the reputation of it. It'll probably finish my Ringing Deeps rep. But, you know, my Ringing Deeps rep is going to get finished anyways. Eventually. Seems true. So what I could do is if I can just get into the world boss faster, that would work as well. Because that's going to give me 100 points. We only need another 85. All the raiders need runes. All the other sellers. are in the raid.
The Queen's forces are amassing once more, little morsel.
Mhm.
Time to ensnare them in our way. And burn them in it.
I don't think I did a good job. I don't think that's where I meant to go. We're aiming for the Ringing Deeps and we are not getting there the easy way, apparently. Oh no, bird tired. I could have just hearthed and then taken the elevator, but
The road to the causeway is treacherous. Help us clear the path.
strange that there's no quick travel point. Yeah, Hellafall's the annoying one to get to. Sometimes I keep characters like with their hearth there. At least during the fishing derby, I used to do that. Nowadays, if I want there in a hurry, I usually just fly down the coreway and then hang around the corner and just keep going down. I find it a little bit faster than trying to port down to Ajkahet and then fly up on the drafts. There we go. Embrace the wormholes. Run engineering. There's the real ticket. That's the good secret. Oh man, I'm conflicted. I don't want to do Awakening the Machine, and I don't have to do Awakening the Machine, but if I do it just one last time, then I'll get presumably finished with Assembly of the Deeps. I only need another like 700 rep. One last time. I could also do like dirt, you know, it doesn't have to be this. It could be celebration tokens. Do it! Yeah, okay.
Measure twice, cut twice. That works.
We should start this. we can text and awaken the machine, right? Same thing.
Watch my back while I commune with the machine.
Today's Wednesday. Man, I text like an ancient mariner who just found a phone in the sea. There we go. This Kira blends in with the bed. She's pretty. She used to blend in more with the other one. I had a gray one in that spot for a while. And she matched it like exactly. She stands out a little bit better in the blue. And of course I have so many, am I recording? I don't want to record. I have so many, beds that I can just swap them out at will. I've got four beds of that size. 3 of that exact one, 2 grays and a blue, and then 1 more that's like a different model. It's just that they both really like them, and they like having 1 in each room to kind of have a place to lounge no matter where you are. The phone still works after being in the sea? Must be a Nokia. I've made a pact to be more careful with my phone, especially when I take it out onto seaside rocks. From now on, I put a new screen protector on it and a slightly tougher case. Not that I've broken it, but I'm just... maybe it's best if we don't. Keep it in operation for a little while longer. I'm just gonna left in the channel for 7 seconds until I get my fear back off cooldown. Because you can fear both of them if you just, like, line it up. Oh! Oh. What's the point of showing off when you can't even do it right? My dreams. My big plans. Think we're overdue for a Hydra? Hmm. I feel like it would look cool, but it would also be big. A little too chunky for me to ride. And then unless it flies somehow, which would be a little wonky. I feel like we don't, people complain whenever we do Grand Mounts because there's almost nowhere that you ride Grand Mounts anymore. You ride them in like battlegrounds and like in some dungeons for 30 seconds. Although we are going to be on the ground in the Siren Isle for a little while, so there's a chance to get to know all your Grand Mounts, but we already have hundreds of them that we never see anymore. Yeah, that's a good tip about the time walking badges for celebration tokens. It kind of makes them not worth farming, but like it's nice if you have extras. I still have a couple more things to buy. Yeah, on Argus, that's true. I can't even say that we never go there anymore. I'm on Argus at least once a week. I'm still farming for the mount from Antorus. Oh, and Island Expeditions. You can fly on Thunderbluff. Unless TB stands for something else. Tuberculosis. Tolbarad. Now there is a place that I haven't been to in a long time. Tolbarad, incidentally, looks like a terrible place in which to have tuberculosis. Cold, muggy, humid, misty. Awful. It's the kind of place your ancient doctor tells you to leave. Farming stuff there for a while. Nasty grind. The Fox Pet. I used to live out there doing laps on laps on laps on laps for the Fox Pet from Outdoor Tolbarad. That was my grind for a long time. To be fair, not a lot of good places to have TB in. Mm-hmm.
Let's get this. Watch my back while I commune with the machine.
I wonder if I can get composted after I die one day. That'll be available in my area when that day comes one day. Hopefully not for a long time, but it'd be nice. Mushroom suit. Just return me to the earth like in The Lion King. I think those are legal in Canada. I think that there's definitely something. I just don't know how widespread and available it is. I should probably write a will at some point. Not that I'm like expecting anything, but just because you know, the best time to have your last wishes known is probably before you think you're gonna need them. Let it be known. Composting. Throw me in a ditch, whatever's cheapest. Oh my god! What if you could just like be discarded out in the woods so that like scavengers could have you? I know maybe not like the most traditionally respectful thing, but you know, vultures gotta eat. Plus, what if something cool ate you, like a bear or like a cougar or something? I don't know if cougars scavenge. I don't think they're above taking kills from other things, though, so depending on how recently you died. I'll feed the coyotes. I'd say we could sink me into the sea to feed the fishies, but I don't want my feet to float off and wash up on the beach and traumatize children. Traumatizing adults is fine. Ugh.
Watch my back while I commune with the machine.
Whenever I hear sky burial, I imagine being launched into the sky by a catapult. Dump you in the woods for tourists to find you. Local sheriff, oh, you found a body? That's Hazel, don't worry about it. She wanted this. A horrible thought. You know, like one of your arms gets like wrenched off of your corpse and like dragged away to something's den, and people are like kind of keeping tabs on it so that's like commemorated. And then somebody's like, but something happened, her arm's gone. It's like, oh no, those local family coyotes took that off to feed their young. Not that there's coyotes here. Local family of, I don't know, badgers, pine marten. And, you know, it was a joyous day. She loves babies. She loves baby animals. She would have wanted to feed them. Do we have pine marten here? Not for burial purposes, but just for, I know that they're, like, in Canada. I just don't know if they're on the island. Lots of things aren't. Also, I should maybe pay attention and try not to die. Tracker tags like they do with sharks, see where your bits go. I mean, I'm not gonna care. I would be dead. I would be back on the astral plane or coming back as a caterpillar or something. But you know, I feel like it would be possible for like a great grand niece or something to be like really morbidly curious. There's like an app that notifies you. Hazel, do you think trees go on trees? I know trees go on trees. I've seen it. Usually after the first tree's like died and fallen down. You ever seen a tree grown out of a stump? It's very metaphorical. Is it alarming? No. I mean, it would be if you were the first tree, but as established, they're already dead. Pine marten. Are there pine marten on Vancouver Island? Yes. Yes, there are. Martens occur in conifer-dominated forests throughout British Columbia, including Vancouver Island, Queen Charlotte's, and some of the smaller coastal islands. Cool. Trees don't have feelings. Depends on how we define feelings. How similar to people feelings do they need to be? If you ever want to really freak yourself out and start feeling guilty about using lumber, which I don't recommend, there's fascinating research about tree communication and how they can communicate with other nearby trees via like roots and via things they can put in the ground and things they can put in the air. I don't think a tree's thinking like a person is. Maybe not the same infrastructure, but, you know, alive. So that... Ah, man! World Soul. I think that's the weekly quest. I thought it was just regular Awakening the Machine. And it looks like we're doing the world boss after all. I did get finished with, the rep here, though, so that's good. We don't want Brave Rocks. We're capped on those, I'm sure. Do you think when trees get chopped down, they also yell timber? Imagine entire lots of screaming trees, best not to. At a certain point, there's only so much empathy you can have if you're gonna also, like, live your life and not just crumble into a little pile. So, you know. I feel like even if I find out that vegetables have feelings, I'm probably still going to eat them with extreme prejudice. Because at a certain point, you just gotta eat. He mainly harvested carrots. Kobolds would be an interesting player race to add in. They have some of my favorite voice lines. Oh, I still have the Wax Weekly from last week. Never mind. Let's see if we can get into the world boss. That'll do it. Don't ask where I got it. Acacia trees warn other trees when giraffes start eating them. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. I can't believe in cruelty to plants because I do not take good enough care of my houseplants. And when they displease me, I compost them. And if I accept that they have feelings, then I'm going to have some carnage to reckon with vis-a-vis houseplants. Not pretty. Still have my first Wax Weekly quest. Don't understand how it works. They want you to collect the dirt treasures. And they want you to turn the wax in, I think, to the nearby guy.
Some intruders need to see another demonstration
Groups.
of your skills.
All over. No tag. Sure. I am wanted at my local garden center for my plant killings. Put the fear of hazelnutty into your plants if they're not healthy enough. I've started to select and keep plants that are very drought tolerant because of my habit of forgetting that I have them. I keep them in windowsills, which is good because they get lots of light there. I don't usually put them in places other than windowsills because I found it's a struggle to get them enough light to be happy, and they tend to get quite etiolated, stretched, skimpy, sad looking. So I keep them in the windowsills, but then because I also will like close curtains behind them, sometimes airflow is a problem, and sometimes remembering that they exist is a problem. So I'm a big fan of snake plants and other kind of like semi-succulents that like can go without the water for a long time, but also don't need crazy sunlight. So the green ones, you know, your zyga cactuses, your jades, lots of snake plants, those are really good because they don't need like crazy sun, and they also don't need crazy water, which we appreciate. Yeah, I've got a ZZ plant. Why are they so expensive? Every time I look at it and I go, oh, that one's cute. I'm like, why is it $45? I have one, and it felt expensive to me when I bought it. This is dead anyway. I'm going to leave this group. Is this a new one or is this the old one? I can't tell if it's getting bigger or smaller. Good. They take a long time to grow. Yeah, it's $45 you do not get to keep. This transmog I still need too. Oh yeah, you can probably propagate it. I don't know if I'm dying for more of them though. I also don't know if mine is healthy enough to withstand propagation. I should probably like take a look and see if it needs anything. It looks more or less the same that it did when I got it, which could be a good thing or a bad thing depending on how optimistic you are. Most of my plants get bigger.
Shockwave.
Running around old content zones, taking pictures of furniture, fences, and lampposts for my player housing shopping list. I hope that they give us all kinds of different things to put in. There we go.
Recognition for your swift resolution. Those poor Earthen didn't deserve to become whatever.
Now we can do some shopping. 45 minutes out in that cold, 20-mile-per-hour wind. Oh, yeah, it's no fun. Do you have a really good windbreaker? I mean, that still sounds awful. I don't know if there's gear that would make me happy out there. When I was crabbing out on a point in like pretty heavy wind, and not weather that cold, but with the wind chill, it was pretty gnarly. I had like merino wool and then fleece and then my windbreaker, and I had it all like zipped up, and that was pretty good. Bought a baby Albo Monstera. A year and a half dead pest that I was not going to throw it away. It's now pest free. 6 new leaves. Aw. Yeah, it's an investment. You're braver than me. I'm too scared to buy any plants that cost me more than $10. With the exception of that one CC plant, because like I'll just buy little ones for like $5 or $7 or whatever it is, or like I'll find them free in the street, and then they'll grow to be bigger with time, you know. Usually. Most of them.
The hallway must be protected.
Please, proceed.
Ugh. I guess I'll pick it up.
Our repair efforts would not be possible without you.
Over my fleece. Can imagine being out there without 4 layers. There was a guy with his chihuahua. Oh, it looked so cold. Some of the like the Whippet and Chihuahua type dogs around here that have really short hair get bundled up in like coats. I saw somebody that had a puffer vest or like a puffer coat, like down-filled for their dog that it was wearing around here. It was really cute. Mount Mania clock. Right. Yeah, we'll just do it for fun. We'll do it for fun. If we make it. I don't think I'm gonna make it for all of them, but we can do most of them. I don't even need it anymore, I just want it. Just for fun. Wind chill warning here in Ontario, and I got frostbite on my hands after a 10-minute walk home. Oh. Oh. Get better layers. Really good winter clothes are expensive, but if it does get cold enough, often enough for it to justify it, it's an investment. Because, like, a good parka, you're not gonna wear it out, really. Like, those are the kind of things people have for, like, 20 years. My partner has a great parka that he never wears because he's one of these people that's never cold. He'll wear shorts all winter long, and he'll be fine. So I've co-opted it, and I wear it anytime it's like 5 degrees or less, and it's awesome. It's like the warmest. I've never owned one that well built, and like I've never had like a really expensive winter coat, and I think this one was at some point in its life expensive, and they just last forever. Every time I put it in, I feel like I'm in another little world. Because it's got like a big hood that I can like hide my whole head into that's like really warm. I can't hear a thing when I'm wearing it. I'm completely deaf, but that's fine. Because I can communicate by going hi with my mitts on, and that seems to make everybody happy. Unless they're like trying to get me to move out of their way, in which case they're not so amused. But vested in the Canada Goose coat this year. Timberland boots. Looking like a true Canadian. I need warm boots eventually. My boots are just Blundstones, and they're great, but they're freezing. And they're the most waterproof thing I have. So that's going to be my next purchase. But I kind of want to move somewhere harsher. Like, I don't really need them for Victoria. I can just, like, layer up socks. I can just layer up socks for now. Wearing my parka a week ago, but a bird pooped on it. Oh, so I washed it, haven't worn it because I feel so grossed out. Oh, I don't know even why there's birds here. What are they doing? Haven't logged in since Dragonflight. Yeah, we've got this anniversary event with some specific collectibles. This event lasts until January the 7th, it looks like. January the 7th. Dog got off the leash, getting after a deer. Below freezing snow at night. I am using... Oh, I don't have that one either. The Mount Journal Enhanced add-on. It's got this sync journal with target feature. So if I target Abigail and then I toggle this on so that the eye is colored in, it'll change my journal to match her mount. Doesn't help me if I don't have the mount. Like, I don't have this one, but... To be fair, who does? Not many people. Got that now for my first Beamon box. Jelly. Still bullying people in Mount Media. Hey, I got here late. They got a 1 mount head start on me.
Get ready for the next mount.
Listen. You can't bully people just by succeeding in front of them. You're inspiring them. Otherwise, every time somebody did something super cool in the yoga room, I would be like, "You're bullying me. Come out of that handstand at once." I can't do that yet. You can't either. Stop it. Ujai, technically correct. The finest type of correct.
Up next, we have...
I'm so excited to plant this garlic. I'm gonna do that today. I need to get into the worm bin and kind of refresh it a little bit, and I'm a bit scared because I haven't opened it in a while because I've been scared of what I might find. I haven't fed them in a while, so it might be a little sloppy in there. But they're surprisingly durable, so worms might be fine. Got my purple Murloc onesie. Nice. I like these jeweled scarabs. They're pretty. And they're nice and compact, too.
Get ready for the next mount.
I remember when this was rare. Open your DK. What did I say? I forget what I said. I need to open the trading post box to get my Snugglefin romper and see if there's anything else I want to buy this month.
Up next, we have...
Oh, I said Wormbin. That's true, actually. I forgot that I had a DK named Wormbin.
Get ready for the next mount.
Christmas themed weapons, but it would cost a lot to get them all. Yeah, I could see a world in which I invest in just one of them, but I can also see a world in which I don't get any of them, because I know that as soon as it's not... Like, there's only 3 weeks in the year where I'm actually going to, like, really want them. And the rest of the time, they're just going to feel unseasonal to me. I'm not the kind of person that's going to have those mogged in, like, July. Not that they're not cool, they are, but I'm probably not going to wear them in July, so I feel like I could just save it. Woo! Love your shirt? Oh, thank you. I've been wearing these a lot because they're so comfy. Not a Christmas in July enjoyer? Not as such.
Time is of the
There you go.
essence.
Oh, Saphiriel, thank you very much for the 2-month resub. Appreciate it. Don't forget the Wishwing pet. Don't forget it. I think I have a Wishwing. I haven't started the bike thing yet. There's all kinds of stuff I don't have here, but that's a different kind of problem. No time walking patches. So we can get the balloon chest and the ring. And I think that might be it for the tokens. I think that's me caught up with the tokens in particular. Let's see this thing. So now I think I can trade Time War badges. Nice that they sell them in different increments.
Bye-bye now.
You're the only one I sub to, and the only gnome that I don't want to punt. Yeah, I think I have everything for anniversary badges. I guess I could have probably checked with all the things. I think they're just telling me about the Time Warp badges, so I think that means that I'm set.
This is your time. This is
Oh, time walking badges, absolutely not. Listen, I'm the queen of skipping time walking because I don't like doing it, so I am very behind on that stuff. Get more titles. Pick out 3 more of them. Oh, Karazhan graduate. Grizzly Hills hiker, excellent. Plagueland survivor, those are cool. I don't think I ever scrolled far enough to notice those before. Gotta teach me the ways. What kind of ways do you want to know? $50 tunes and then getting the prism or whatever? Oh, it's a lot of badges. We're going back to Dornogal because I did not finish shopping it. I know I could do it in Stormwind, but where's the fun in that? I feel like the Dornogal trading post is just cooler. Oh, to pay for sub with gold. I don't know. My ways are kind of tapping out. They're not getting me as far. Anything easy isn't going to be good, and anything good's not going to be easy. That's the tricky thing. I feel like that Mog is missing butterfly wings. You don't like the paw pack? I liked the little paw backpack because it was blue and it went with the. I thought it went with the rest of it. I like to think I've got treats in there for any local doggies I might see. Purple skirt costume. I don't think so. I only bought the earmuffs so far, but I need to take a look and see again. Taking it a little stab at shopping. Okay. There we go. Got our tender. And our snuggle fin set. So I have nearly 4K tender, but we didn't get this much by just spending it, so I think what I'm gonna do is not do any of the holiday weapons, as beautiful as they are. I'm not doing the pet either. I have this in a different color. I don't need this one. The weapon that tempts me the most is this one, the staff, but I don't see myself actually using it. This blue staff is exceedingly cute. I have it in other colors though. But I don't have the blue one, and the blue one would go so nicely with the Mooncloth robe. Warp wing, so good in Hearthstone. Mine, I have a talent for getting my warp wings sniped. The blue wings. Those are happening. They're different enough in color from the other ones that I have. I'll probably skip the Onyx Monarch wings. I already have the blue earmuffs. Not getting any of this stuff. Thought about maybe one of these, actually. Maybe in the neutral color. The blue I think looks nicer, but the white would go with more different outfits. Just taunt the other 6 minions, right? Or I could get neither of them and then keep my tender. Yeah, I think that's going to be it for me, because that lets me save quite a bit. I want to have lots saved up for February, I guess? I don't know, we'll see. Always broke tender-wise. Try the wings with the onesie.
Always a pleasure.
Let's see. The one that I'm wearing now, or the new one that we just got? I probably won't change them all because I'm going to be kind of cheap about this. Let's see. They do look nice. They do look nice. I like the paw pack though. What is this onesie? This one was BlizzCon. BlizzCon 2019. But we did just get a new one for Trading Post. We got a purple Snugglefin. Comes with the Murloc backpack. Want cosmetic and Taurus rogue chest pieces. Oh yeah, I forgot about the plunder store. Yeah, I like I like this outfit just like it is. I think I'm all good there. Oh, hey, resonance crystals, need those. How are our auctions doing? I'm happy that I got the trading post all sorted out. That's one thing that I don't have to worry about for the month now. Enjoyed last month's transmogs much more. Farm and keep month for me. It's nice to have those sometimes because it's nice to be stocked up when they come out with something really good. Or maybe they like bring back something that you like regretted not getting in the first place. Never know. Hi Hazel. Hello Nature's Remedy. How are you? But yeah, I feel like she's gonna be wearing these earmuffs for a while. She looks warm, which I can appreciate. Doing well. Good to hear. Good to hear. I really love the earmuffs. I like the blue ones. I'm glad that I play Alliance because I don't know if the red ones are. I mean, I know they've got a little bit of gold on them, which I could do without. They remind me of when they came out with branded headphones. Do you remember those Warcraft branded headphones? They might have been like SteelSeries or like HyperX or something. I forget the details, but they had the print on them. They had Horde and Alliance ones. Still have them. Those were something. Oh yeah, I'm on the wrong mount. I wanted to post my auctions again. Size is well balanced. Gnomes in general are a little bit caricature-y. Little colored lenses to change the color. Bag's such a mess. This would never fly in Classic. So that's worth another 90k. Yeah, we'll be up today. It'll be more gold than I start the day with anyway. How's Shadow feeling in content these days? I liked it a lot. I did some of my 10 keys on Shadow, and I played Shadow through Heroic. Through Heroic Nerebar Palace up to and including Queen Ansurek. But not before I did Unholy. I did Unholy first, and then once we had it on farm, I played Shadow. I had a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. Especially now that you can also... I started playing Voidweaver in dungeons and then sticking with Archon for raid, and I found that to be pretty, like a nice change of pace. I made a gnome out of a joke, gave her Noggin Fogger. She was a warrior tank, so you could barely see her. Yeah, that's a good deal on headphones. Her name was Pudding. That's an excellent name. For a gnome. For a cat. For a fish. Pud. Alright, we never actually did get to gathering. We just did our profession weeklies, huh? I'm hoping that tomorrow we get back on hardcore. I'm just about done for today, but I'm not gonna like log in and play, but I'm just gonna look at my hardcore character. We're just gonna look at him. See what we're doing tomorrow. Puddin', it's cute. While I booted up. Nice kid. Sleeping. Sleep. It's been a little cold in the apartment, so she's been insisting on getting into bed with me whenever I like lay down to nap or read or go to bed or whatever it is. She curls up right here. Right next to me. One sec. It'll pop in a sec here. Probably. There it is. There he is. Can you believe that this staff is an offhand? Isn't that nuts? It's full staff sized. I think that's so cool. His dagger looks like he broke off a broom handle. But his offhand is sick. We're level 16. And I would check his mail, but he's self-found, so there's no point. Ada Balsuin. Maybe he's a lefty. It's looking pretty good in this vendor room. But yeah, that's where we're starting from. Where there's a broom, there's a way. Hardcore, it's wild seeing all the streamers I watch run past me. Saved a couple from near death. Do you remember what it's called? I can take a look. We're just about done for the day. I'm gonna wrap up in a sec here. I started a few minutes late, so I wanted to linger. It is called the Journeyman's Stave. Journeyman's Stave. That's the offhand. This is a ceremonial knife. That's a white quality dagger. The broom handle looking thing. But yeah, big ol' offhand. And then the robe is the solstice robe. I got that off a vendor. What's the one Mom gonna do? No, I can't actually level without Flabby. That would be we don't have many rules for this playthrough, but cannot kill anything or do anything gaining experience. You could like go train professions, you can do class training, but no we need Flabby for this. How did I level twice? That's crazy. I don't think I'm gonna make another hardcore character to play on my own, but if I did, I'm not going to, but if I did but I'm not going to. But if I did. How you doing, man? If you did. I feel like warrior is the best thing to do because it's so hazardous. But also like fun, you know? Like yes, he's gonna fall over and die, but sometimes that's the point. It's just a question of when. Man, I'm not really about the mutton chops. It kind of makes him look like he's role-playing as a hedge. Oh, they go with the hairstyle. Hardcore, go with Warlock. Like your troll warrior that you have. This? You don't like hedges? No? Did I make one on retail? Didn't I? I did, didn't I? I made Bokoa. That's right. I never finished leveling him. He's still like 67 or something like that. I forgot for a second. That was my project before the anniversary event started and I got all distracted. I did like a couple of time walking dungeons on him and it was pretty good leveling and I was just not really vibing with it, so we moved on. Yeah, he did look awesome. Alright, I'd better go, but I'll be back tomorrow for another stream. This was very fun. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll get a little more hardcore going, but if not, we'll find something to do. I appreciate the company very much. Thanks so much for spending this time with me, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.